Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion
right now,
is
and
advised.
That is because officials are investigating a deadly plane crash. You can see fire crews there at this point. A really foggy morning out there, but we do see those fire crews out there. Again, this happened, we're told, around 10:15 this morning. This is a fatal plane crash. Investigators are on the scene. We're still working to get additional information as to exactly what happened, what may have led up to that plane crash. But we do know we have a tweet, if we can pull that up. This is from WBTV. This is our affiliates in the area. You see it here. They say multiple people have died after a plane crash in Iredell County on Thursday morning. That is this morning. Again, we're still waiting to learn more, but let's go to Facebook. This is from officials there in North Carolina. Can we pull up that post? There's a Facebook post we are waiting to see right now to read more about exactly what they have to say about this crash. I'm going to go pick up the paper we have earlier that shows us that statement from the airport. There we go. That's the Statesville Regional Airport's post. It is saying right there that this incident happened, we're told, around 10:15 this morning when an aircraft, crashed while landing. We also know the FAA is en route and will investigate the incident. Again, we also know
All right. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today, of course, it's pre-recorded. The date, December 18th, 2025, and it's currently 2:20 p.m. Pre-recorded. I have to do this today, so you guys are watching it now, Friday, aka Noga. Now, I decided to begin with this. By now, they will have more information, what's going on and what crashed in the plane. What seems to be the problem right now, beloved? Why is it like every single freaking time now, it's like on a weekly basis, airplanes are falling off the skies like crazy? Thick fog in California. Remember what you said in the beginning right here? All right? Listen.
We want to take you live to North Carolina right now, and that is because officials are investigating a deadly plane crash. You can see fire crews there at this point. A really foggy morning out there, but
a really foggy morning out there. What's going on with this fog? What seems to be the issue? What is it that people call it radioactive? Why is it making people sick? And why is it there? And this thing is in California. And this is in North Carolina. What the hell is going on in North Carolina for that matter? Did somebody in North Carolina activate the ley line? What's going on in North Carolina? It seems that North Carolina is the daily news now. I shall say again, North Carolina has replaced the Florida man. What's going on over there? Is North Carolina and Florida cousins now? The hell is happening over there? Every single freaking time. And people are saying, well, that was like a small plane and stuff. And somebody in the comments says, small plane, that's a Cessna Citation, 15,000 pounds. That's not a small plane, man. Okay? Let's look at the plane that went down over there. Cessna Citation, I believe. Well, let's check the business type of citation. Okay, this is not a small plane. All right, this is a private business plane. Well, I'm not on the Mac, so I can't zoom into this thing. This is a decent size plane. This is not small. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 windows, probably all 14 people or 18. All right. They said $25 million. Is that much? I think they say everybody on board perish. What's going on, beloved? Well, the fact of the matter remains that the blessing is over. Three-Eye Atlas is in the midst. Today is the 19th. While you people are watching, you are going to see a hell of a lot more crazy Haitian. A hell of a lot more crazy Haitian happening. A lot of people are losing their marbles, man. Rape, murder, and rob. This is all we're going to see now. What causing that? See, this is not 2025. And next year, for the 83, the new year begin January 1st, it's not going to be 2026. This is a loop. You are locked into it. It keeps looping back. It's a horrible thing to be locked in the loop. Why is this fog here? Why is it 400 miles? Why the number 13 is in there? Remember, they love that number 13. Oh, well, there are 13% of the population. They commit 99.99% of the crime. They got 99.99% of the STDs. They have 99.99% of the STI. They have 99.99% of the single motherhood, 99.99% of the deadbeat fathers and stuff, teenage pregnancy, and all this crap. They love that 13%. Is the fog there on the behalf of the 13? We have so much to go through, and they still don't know. Somebody said the plume looked like a huge King Kong, and when that guy that went live stuff. So they still don't know exactly what's going on. This thing come out an hour ago. So let's keep on moving, and then we will jump into the fog, okay, and the Statue of Liberty, all right?
You can see the track. It goes in a little bit of a loop. Okay. But what I can also tell you is...
There you go. Here's the word again. It goes into a loop. Listen to what she said.
Took off at 10:06. It appeared to be in the air...
Okay, take off at 10:06.
For about 10 to 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes, number 10 again. You know what to do. For those of you who know exactly what's going on here.
You can see the track. It goes in a little bit of a loop. Okay. But what I
can
also tell you is looking at, once I have the plane, I can look at the registration records. Sure. The registration records here are tying this plane's ownership to retired NASCAR driver Greg Biffle. We do not know if he was on the plane.
Greg Biffle. Okay, so this dude, Greg Biffle, he somebody in the comment board said he has a great YouTube channel. Okay, let's go. Let's try to get his stuff right here. All right, but before this, let's go to the comment. It's confirmed. Greg, his wife, and son was on board. Rest in peace, legend. I don't know if this is true. Sons and daughter, they were on their way to Florida to go to Cletus. Again, I'm keep asking, what the hell is going on between Florida and North Carolina? What is this? Like, what's is it Florida and North Carolina brothers and sisters, and then they're involved in some form of romantic relationship? We know those people are into that stepson, stepson. Yeah. What the hell is going on? They were in North Carolina going to Fort-Lauderdale, not Fort-Lauderdale, but Florida. This is now happening almost weekly. And people are like, oh, well, just like it's been happening weekly since we first took flight. It's just recent trends to report on every single plane crash in the country. If the news reported on every single car crash every day in this country, you'd be questioning the safety of car like you're questioning the safety of planes. And did I say question the safety of car? The frequency of car crash or car accident, or in that case, in the better case, car collision, is out of proportion. There is more there, okay? Was headed to hang out with Cletus. All right? Wife and 2 kiddos. This guy and his entire family gone. Okay? All right. That person said Greg Beefle has a great YouTube channel where he worked on old cars with his wife and young son. All prayers to whoever was on the plane. So let's see if Greg Beefle have that channel. Okay. All right. Greg Beefle here. Okay. So this is the guy by the name of Greg Beefle. And you know who's the typical NASCAR, I can't get into this thing. Greg Beefle, NASCAR driver. You know this typical, this, I believe this is him. They were shopping for Christmas 8 days ago. Damn.
Well, 'tis the season, time of the year to get ourselves a Christmas tree. So I just picked the kids up from the school. I got the limo fired up.
Wait, guys.
And we're getting ready to back her out.
I didn't go to school.
You didn't?
No.
You played hooky?
I stay here.
Okay, so he had 2 hour out. Had a 2 hour late start, and his school is 3 hours. So I didn't think there's any.
So he was on the plane with his daughter and son and wife, beloved. God dang! Woo! Yo! The entire family, son, gone! And people are saying, well, this is not Esau's trouble. This is not. Again, beloved, the reason why I call it Esau's trouble because Esau is the brother of Jacob. You know, they always refer to Jacob's trouble. Well, now we refer to Esau's trouble. But when any kid, and in its true form is 83's trouble. All even the Blassos are in the midst of that too. The men, the wife, the children, look at their smiles. The kids are happy. 8 days ago, when was that? December 9. 11 days later. What? No, 9 days later. December 9, 9 days later, gone. 9 plus 9 equal 18. 18, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 8 equal 9. Today is December 18. 1 plus 8 equal 9. You can't make this up. You can't. And the man name is Greg Beefle. But I don't want to go into the whole Greg thing because I got a lot of, you know what? Hell, let's go ahead and do what the name Greg means. Gregory. What does the name Greg means? Gregory. Greg, short for Gregory, means watchful, vigilant, or alert. Coming from Greek roots and is also linked to Latin flock, implying a shepherd, like protector. Separately, Greg Means was a notable U.S. government relations consultant known for his wit, advocacy, especially for horse racing, and so they got kind of go off track right there. But anyway, Greg means watchful, vigilant, or alert. In Latin, it means a flock, a shepherd, a protector. Who's the shepherd, protector of all flock? Who's in the midst watching, being vigilant and on alert over all flock? You can't make this up. Greg Beefle in North Carolina plane crash, Cessna, whatever that plane was. People need to be watchful. People need to be vigilant out there, man. A lot of people think this Haitian is a joke. We got the Michael Pentacle. If you're a Missouri, get your Michael Pentacle, man. Whether you're a Jew, especially if you're a Gentile. Because this thing right there, son. And Greg Beefle is one of the guys that can, well, it could because he's no longer in the world of the living right now. So he could have afforded them. Get your Michael Pentacle, son. This thing is no joke. I am not making this up. Watchful, vigilant, or alert. Gregory, Greg. In Latin, it means flock, a shepherd, a protector. Let's see what Beefle mean if they have this. What does the name Beefle means? No, not Bethel, Beefle. Beefil. Zigzag. Zagazao. There we go. I don't think. Well, Beefil, surname like origin German. Buffalo or bull is a nickname, please. Small round object ball. Yeah, Beefil or for someone stout. Buffalo, is that what German in America is from? Name surname Buffalo, meaning buffalo. Beefil, excuse me, beef meaning a small round object or ball, potentially describing someone stout or plump. And French it means a small round object. So we can look at beefil as a small ball, you know, a small round object like the planet Earth. And Greg mean Greg, watchful vigilant mean a watchful vigilant sight is watching over this small ball, this small planet, this small Earth. That's why I would put it. If you have any more information, you can put it over there. Okay. All right. Gregorius, which means to be watchful, awake. Are they speaking to the awakened? Related to Latin Grex, flock, linking to shepherd or flock leader. Associated traits, alertness, watchfulness, protection, and leadership. This is the message the angels, the Holy Spirit sent unto us. Greg Biffle, his entire family gone. At least that, again, beloved, I'm speaking, if it turned out to be not true, okay, I'm speaking on the comment board. They say him and his family, okay, they were all on board. Okay, fatality reported after private. We'll watch this to see if this is true. Okay, the fog, Greg, and everything. Let's keep on moving.
Purpose and driving him over there through the drop-off line, which takes about 15 minutes, and then the pickup for less than an hour worth of school. So, little man got to work with Amigo today. How much money did you earn?
Nothing.
What?
No.
Nothing? Anyway, we are ready to go Christmas tree hunting. Let's see what
again, this is 83, beloved. They think the blessing is still going on. Things are still the same way. Get Christmas tree and then fly to Florida, spending Christmas there, and things change, son. Things are not the same, beloved. Things change, man. Plane are falling off the sky. People are shooting people. Children are killing their family, man. The blessing is over. This man and his entire family is gone in a blink of an eye. 8 days before, well, 9 days before, 8 days before, they were cool. They were enjoying. They were going to Christmas shopping, man. And then this happened. Let's take another 30 minutes. 30 seconds.
How big a tree are we going to get?
How big?
That's the wife filming.
Emma, how big?
Like
This size.
size? Taller than you?
We get the size of the truck. I get the size of the truck.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay, so he repair old truck. Well, you know, now it started to make sense now. Excuse me, with the horn in front, before buffalo and things like that.
All right.
What are you doing with those?
Just in case. I got 2 batteries, so I can jump one side to the other.
And the kid was lively.
Let's leave it running.
The kid is
Okay,
lively.
let's do it.
All right, let's go, guys. Oh, yeah, thank you. Bullhorn.
All right.
All right,
People
you guys
love-
decided to get a tree?
People love their car, their limo, and then they're going to
Yep,
Christmas.
they're fine.
What size are we getting?
Oh, we're getting
That's
hard.
effed up.
Right here.
Look like it's number
that
7
one?
right there.
No.
You should get that one for your room.
I like getting that one. That's
Okay.
That's too little.
How you guys doing? Good. How are you? Good.
Oh, these are pretty.
Yeah. These are nice trees there, huh? That one got a little swirly at the top.
This one's nice.
There you go, beloved. 8 days. Fini? All right, well. Shopping with your family. All right, I gotta go ahead and let me take care of that. So let me see his last video. That's his last video. Surprise wife with date night to PR show. This guy, he was enjoying his time, man. He was enjoying his time. Surprise his wife, go to PR show, and then boom, and there you go. All right. So you got this fellow, Mr. Greg Biffle, NASCAR driver, millionaire, private plane, and he took his wife. The last video, the last time they saw the fellow, let me see, the most popular, who wins the cheap off-road Glamis challenge a month ago. How long it's been in YouTube? 2 years ago. It started 2 years ago. Okay, so the guy started 2 years ago, 2023. His last video is this.
Okay, so here I am at the airport. Got a little surprise for the wife, Christina.
That's his wife, Christina.
Cartagena.
We're going to Indy.
Yeah. Told her I'm going to take her to Indianapolis for the 500, but it's winter time.
Is it colder in Indy?
I told her we're going to have a steak dinner.
We're going to have a steak dinner. We're leaving at 9:55.
Well, we might have a steak dinner.
Are we crossing?
Yeah.
Okay, discussing about steak dinner.
I got it on video.
And things, and thinking everything is going to be all right. And then 6 days later, man, you know, he surprised the wife. They were having a great time. But tragedy happened. And then this is what happened, man. You know, and you think you're good. You think you're doing things. And then this happened. Let's see if we can confirm Greg Biffle jet crash, plane crash. Well, they put jet crash. If this is the real him. Boy. 15 minutes ago. They got to update 15 minutes. Let's see what's happening here.
So for those of you who are just joining us, we just were listening to a very brief news conference addressing this plane crash at the Statesville airport. We do know that the plane involved in this crash is owned by NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, and not many new details were mentioned in this news conference.
Yeah, just that this crash happened at 10:15. The earlier timestamp we got was 10:20, so it is a bit earlier than we.
So that's the one that was 15 minutes ago. Okay. Former NASCAR driver got your family killed in plane. All right, let's see this right here.
Fire? I don't know. I can't even see it from here. Yeah.
Okay, the fog is thick, man. And this isn't smoke. This is the fog. It's thick. Former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle family killed in plane crash in Statesville. Okay, is him and his family got killed, or the family got killed? So a little bit messed up right here. And nobody say anything? Nope, it's just the video playing. Okay, well, this one is 6 minutes. Let's see what's going on here.
Good afternoon, South Florida. I'm Christy Kruger.
And I'm Janice Fernandez. Let's get right.
Oh, you mean to tell me my local news, which is local 10 here in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, got the news then North Carolina? All right, let's see what's going on.
Your top story at 3. Right now at 3, a small passenger jet crashing and exploding on landing at a North Carolina airport. Preliminary word from the scene. There are fatalities. That plane registered to a company owned by retired NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, but no word if he was actually on board.
That crash happening just moments after the Cessna 550 landed at the airport about an hour right outside of Charlotte. And Local 10's Roy Ramos is following the very latest for us from the newsroom. Roy?
Ladies, and as you mentioned, this was a Cessna C550, a business jet that was flying out of Statesville Regional Airport, an airport used by NASCAR teams and Fortune 500 companies. The plane was bound for Florida at the time it crashed.
Cell phone video capturing a large plume of smoke rising from the tarmac of the Statesville Regional Airport Thursday. The destruction all following a deadly plane crash that happened shortly after takeoff. The Iredell County Sheriff's Office said it was just after 10 in the morning the aircraft took off. Just minutes later, it crashed, and we've learned several people aboard have lost their lives.
Approximately 10:15 a.m., we got a report of a corporate jet that crashed off the end of the runway on the east end. When actually I came out, it was already fully involved.
Sources confirming a person associated with NASCAR was among the reported deaths. On the ground, firefighters worked to extinguish the flames of what we've learned was a Cessna C550 carrying multiple passengers. The flight scheduled to arrive in Sarasota, Florida, but sadly that flight and the people aboard.
Okay, this is Sarasota. Somebody say Cletus. Or Cletus? Is Cletus a person or a place in that case? This is very confusing.
Would never make it to their destination. As for what caused the plane to crash, that now the work of federal investigators.
Well, it's certainly not the fog, but okay.
Multiple agencies, as we said, come. The FAA arrived about 12 o'clock today. They're taking over the scene. They're taking over the investigation. We have no information on any cause.
And according to the FAA.
Okay, so basically nobody know anything, okay? Somebody say equipment failure, aftermarket parts, and failure part. This is what happened when the enemy is allowed to control the means of production. Somebody say rest in peace, Greg and family. Did he actually die? Okay, there's... But people keep saying that he is.
All right, my name is April Nesbitt. I am the Public Information Officer for the City of Statesville. We're going to provide a short briefing of the incident that happened this morning. At the end of this briefing, we will not be taking any questions. Just want to give you the heads up on that. So I'm going to introduce you to Ron Smith, City Manager for the City of Statesville.
I think he perished in there.
Good morning. My name is Ron Smith. I'm the City Manager in Statesville.
Let me see. This guy says, seems as though death and destruction as a nation surround us right now. Hey, Daphne, the Fink by 9623. Hey, man, you're not lying. You're not lying. Multiple deaths confirmed. But was he in there?
What are your first thoughts after hearing about this?
Sure, and I think Brad hit on a lot of the most important facts that, or seemingly facts that we know so far. I learned about it on the news, maybe like anybody else on the internet. We're based in Miami, but we represent victims nationwide. And once I learned about a plane crash like this is our line of work. We represent victims of plane crashes, and I dug in to learn it.
Breaking news: a private jet has crashed in North Carolina, and the local sheriff says several people have been killed. This happened as the small plane was landing at the Statesville Regional Airport around 10:30 a.m. local time. A witness capturing...
And then there was another small plane in New Hampshire. Why there is no comment in this thing? Where's the comment board? Why they give me... Oh. Let me see this. It is getting more dangerous to be on a flight than to be on a boat. Rest in peace, Greg. What a tremendous loss. Okay. Could be Donald Trump pretend to be from Detroit and call himself MX or DMX. But okay, all right. NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his wife and 2 children were killed in this crash. He was a terrific guy. A tremendous loss. Okay. Seems the same thing going on here. Terrible situation. Just confirmed from a NASCAR, Greg Biffle has perished. Yeah, he perished. Biffle and his family were on board heading to Smith Day with Cletus McFarlane. Oh, Cletus is a friend, I'm guessing. Another driver? Another driver? The plane is reportedly owned by legend Greg Biffle, and his wife and kids were on the plane on board and stuff. But that's what happened, man. Just took off. She was full of fuel, and that's all. All your money won't another minute buy. Alright, I'm gonna read this very long comment here. My boss's wife was married to a continental pilot. He said safer to fly commercial. He always spent a week before flying in his personal plane. weather, etc., had to be perfect along the flight path, or he didn't fly a small plane. I think a lot of people think flying is like jumping in their cars. While my boss's husband, who was experienced pilot to carry passengers and be certified to fly same model of a plane, he was with an instructor. Something happened and plane did nosedives and into a pasture. Both were killed. And this was a professional pilot who took extra precautions. Whether you took extra precaution or not, you're done. All right. USA is now becoming the epicenter of plane crashes of the world. People are seeing this. Oh, we have Hershey, a hair safety, Justice Department, Homeland Security, Defense, Health, Education, etc. Boy, I wonder who's in charge. This can't be true. Not Greg and family. Oh my God. Another problem is plane maintenance on smaller plane, but the plane was owned by NASA, man, NASCAR. So, okay, no DEI, and it's not black folk fault. But anyway, let's keep on moving, beloved. Let's see what's going on with the fog. Okay. Well, I think gonna take me some time here. I can confirm if he
now if this ain't prophecy.
Okay, I can confirm if him and his family was on board. But hey, if you're watching this Friday, he didn't perish. His family didn't perish. Well, I was going by comments and what people were saying. All right, let's watch this thing with where the video was supposed to begin.
Over here, then I don't know what is. All I gotta say is, America, count your days, because this is the ancestors speaking. What more proof do you need that America is falling, y'all? The replica Statue of Liberty just collapsed under some powerful winds in Brazil. It wasn't vandalism. It wasn't terrorism. Nobody was pulling.
This thing neck crush. It toppled. All right. All right. Now notice that thing hit the leg. Okay. It breaks at the leg.
Down on it, y'all. It was the winds. The winds did it. And for y'all not seeing, this is major news, because symbols matter. Statues don't fall for no reason. The universe is sending a message over here. After careful consideration, can you guys honestly say that America is going to be here within the next few years after you see what's taking place, like with the weather, with the news, the government, Donald Trump and all this type of stuff, all these tariffs, and then the talks of nuclear war, World War III is going on, but the universe is already showing y'all what's happening. You already know that Babylon must fall. We are in Babylon. It must fall. I feel like this year alone, these messages have been intensifying, and I alone have not been avoiding them. Y'all remember the Christopher Columbus replica ship that sunk off the...
Okay, so, well, let's finish watching the video, and then I'll give my, prophecy. Well, not prophecy. I don't like this word. The message from the Holy Mother herself. The Holy Spirit, Sophia, wisdom. All right.
The coast of Mexico, and now this right here in Brazil. All I'm saying is the cycle is here. It's coming to an end. You guys see it. The universe is speaking. Let me know what you guys think about this video, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in. Now, if this ain't prophecy over here, then I don't know what is.
So, before today, which is for you guys, is December 19th. And you have this whole thing going on with 3-eye Atlas, C-eye Atlas, however you want to call it, and the statue topple. In the good book of Daniel, you know about the story of the Nebuchadnezzar statue.
Listings for statue around Fort Lauderdale. Here they are.
Nebuchadnezzar statue in the book of Daniel. There you go. So, the statue, there we go. The leg, I can't zoom in on that because I'm not on the Mac. So, in the good book, the book of Daniel, where the king, Nebuchadnezzar, had the dream, the statue, of course, right here. The head is made of gold, silver, the body, Browns, the shirt, the skirt, the middle leg made out of iron, and the feet are made out of clay, and partly clay, partly iron. Brother Big Drew that went into this, make a great stuff. You need to go ahead and watch the video. Now, 3-Eye Atlas, the comet, came in and hit the leg. Okay, it hit the 10 toes, and then it crushed. Nebuchadnezzar statue. Let's put rock or comet. Rock. So you can get a better image. There you go. Something like that. This is perfect. Okay, this thing going to hit the leg, and then this is the one where the comet hit the leg and destroyed this thing. All right, the statue toppled, and this is the last empire. This is the last captivity, the last straw. There you go. This one is better. I believe that's the one I was looking for. Okay, the stone cut from the top of the mountain, and then it swing and bang, crush the statue. Okay, what you just saw here, anybody that are familiar with Bible prophecy, even if you're not familiar, but any jackass that see this can know that this is not a good sign. Any jackwagon that see this, they can telling you this isn't good at all. They know the message here. You don't need Bible prophecy or some kind of pastor to break this through. The statue got toppled and fell. And look at the golden ark right here. McDonald, but anyway, the golden ark, the fog right here. This thing toppled. And the hands broken, the torch fall off the hand, which means the symbol of wisdom. And then the neck, okay, the feet got taken first, and then it toppled and fell. Okay, topple, fell, and the neck, the head. Okay, 3-Eye Atlas again. It's about the neck, the CI, the C first, the C1, the first vertebrae, and the back of the neck. The head, literally, the Holy One took the statue. He took the head and he make it the tail, and take the tail, it make it the head by flipping the statue upside down. Statue of Liberty in Brazil. Upside down, as above, so below. The head become the tail, and the tail become the head. You can't make this up. You can't. I'm not making this up. The one statue that was up, holding up the torch of wisdom. The head symbolized 83 when they were ruling. And the torch symbolized the wisdom, the authority, the sword. And the great wind from the east. The great wind hit it, toppled it, and it fell. Now the head that was on top become at the bottom, the tail and the bottom that was at the bottom, the leg that was at the bottom become the top. The head is broken. The torch is broken. There is nothing you can do about this. There's nothing anyone can say and say this is a good sign. Wings in Guaíba, Brazil, What is Guaiba? What Guaiba? Let's see what Guaiba means. I think I defined Brazil. What does the word Guaiba means? No. Let's try Well, it's pretty much us. Guaibo refer to indigenous people and their language native to the plains of eastern Colombia and southern Venezuelan. Let's try. Well, I had it the first time. Guahiba, right? Is that what that is? The word Guaiba or Guahiba comes from the indigenous Tupi Guarani language in Brazil that means meeting on the waters. Meeting on the waters refer to the large lake river system where several rivers converge near Porto Alegre. It can also mean water that flows, depending on the specific Tupi roots cited. And then the same name of major body in the city of Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil. Meaning, meeting on the waters or water that flows. Name of the Guaíba Lake River in Brazil. Water is a representation of the Holy Spirit. Meeting on the water is a form of deliverance. And these things say meeting on the waters, plural, many rivers, abundance. The abundance and the blessing is being taken away by 83, and now it's being given unto us. I believe I did define the word Brazil. What does the word Brazil means? Brazil, a large shared side nut with an edible kernel, several of which grow inside of a large woody cap. So Brazil's nuts go on south the forest, and no, the name Brazil. Old French Brazil from brass, hot charcoal, with reference to the color of the dye. Okay, all right. This is better. Middle Age English Brazil or Brazil from French Brasil, from brass, hot charcoal. Okay, with reference to the color of the dye. See braise. The South American country Brazil take this name from the wood. Yeah, whatever. You know, whatever. Land of Brazil, some bull, but hot charcoal, fire, hot charcoal, fire, water, electric, magnetic, electromagnetic. The Heavenly Father and the Earthly Mother. Earthly Mother, rivers, Guaíba, water, Earthly Father, the Heavenly Father, hot charcoal. You can't make this up. Split view make it easier to multitask. I put page side by side. No, remind me later. The AI always trying to get you to do stuff, and then later on you cannot undo. All right, let's keep on moving. How long we are into this? Oh, good grief! All right, beloved. The reason why this thing is happening, and for those of you that know, it is because Genesis 15 verse 13, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Now, no matter what you do or what you say, 1619, 2019, right after 2019, 2020, get here, it's a loop. This is not 2025, and it won't be 2026. This is 2020 part 5. And you're going to loop into these things the 6 times. I believe the loop is tightened up on the 7th time, and that's it for whoever's in this loop. That's all that is, beloved. There is nothing else that needs to be said here. There's nothing else that we can do to stop this. Well, there's nothing I can do to stop this and slow this down or even avoid this. You can't stop this. You can't hide this. You can't avoid this. You can't escape this. You can't stop this, stop. You can't hide it, hide. You can't avoid it. No, you can't stop the Most High. You can't stop this. You can't stop the Most High's wrath. You can't. And verse 14 here. Also, that nation who they shall serve will I judge. And now, this is the judgment. That's what you're seeing here. Mr. Rob Reiner and his whole family gone. The Fog, Mr. Greg Biffle gone. His whole family gone. A bunch of people. Let's keep moving to this thing, man. Okay, this is the Fog. This is the Thule fog. Okay, Thule or Tool fog in California. The 400 excuse me. The 400-mile wide layer kept millions stuck in gloom. The fog gets trapped by high pressure above the valley, leading to hazardous condition. How is a fog it get trapped or become toxic or radiation? What the hell is going on here? This massive blanket of fog has been smothering California. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and take the name Thule. Now, I have put some info together, and I have a couple of books that beloved sister Didayat sent unto me upon request and upon benevolence. I have uploaded those books to my AI. And when I'm doing research, I just tap whatever that I want, and then it go directly in the book, in the PDF, uploaded book, and it will tell me where the information at. Okay, instead of me trying to sift through the PDF, and which is quite tedious, and now the information is at my fingertips. Below is a second complete. I had asked it for a first one because I missed 2 books in there, and I put the books there. Below is a second complete pass using all currently uploaded files, including the newly added Book of Enoch text with no external sources used for discovery of each I provide. I didn't use any external sources. All right. We are going to define the word or the name Thule or Tool over there in California. When I asked Google Gemini, I said, what does the name Thule mean? Thule, tool, pronounced Thule, primarily refers to a species of large bulrush sedge native to freshwater marshes in North America. Again, Bahia, meeting of the waters, Thule, freshwaters, marshes. There is a connection. This is all talking about the Holy Mother, the Holy Spirit. Indeed, let us move on. The term has also linked its name to various phenomena, animals, and locations, particularly in California. Indeed, this is what we are looking for. Here is the breakdown of the different definitions and contexts for the word. 1. The plant, scientific name, Scornoleoplectus acutus. This is the original definition from which all others are derived. Description: a giant sedge that grows in dense stains and marshes and along the shores of lakes and streams. It has thick, rounded green stems that grow 10, you know what to do, to 15 feet tall. Now, 10, you know who's in the midst, 15 feet tall. There is a video out there where there is a great NASA scientist. He was asking about the ring around Saturn. He said there is ships that are making those rings around the planet Saturn. And those ships are the size of the planet Earth. And he said there are pictures there that shows black people getting off. You mean white people with skin? White people that were? No, black, dark skinned people? No, really, really black. And they are 15 feet tall. How tall are they? They're 15 feet tall. Are we receiving a message from 3i Atlas, CI Atlas, watch it up to want to refer as a comet, the vessels, the holy chariots? Etymology, the word comes from the Nahuatl Aztec word tolin, meaning reed, R-E-E-D, or bulrush, and was adopted into English via Spanish. So the word reed, R-E-E-D, the reed, such as this one, reed. Okay, well, I have to spell it. Reed, R-E-E-D. There you go. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just there we go. All right. Okay, this is a reed right here. A reed refers to tall grass-like wetland plants, thin pieces of cane or wood used in musical instruments like clarinet or saxophones to produce sounds, vibrations, frequencies, or various technical scientific terms such as electrical switches, weaving tools, and error correction codes. Is this a code? Is the Matrix sending us a code through reed? Okay? Reed is like a stick. It's like those things are reeds. Okay, they go by the waters. Meeting of the waters. Bahia, where the statue got toppled. Okay, they got reed the instrument. You can put reed instrument here. Okay? It's like a flute. Okay? It's like a saxophone flute, like a reed. A trumpet. You blow. You produce sounds. Is this the sound of the trumpet? A mouthpiece reed. Oops. The mouthpiece, put it on the reed. Put the reed on the mouthpiece right here. And then you blow. There are specific type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those are the reed you put on the mouth of trumpet, saxophone, clarinet, and then you play. Okay, that's the reed. At least that's what they are showing me here. Let's keep on moving with the definition. Indigenous use, is that thing even recording right now? Is it all right? Well, it's recording. Indigenous use. Truly was a critical resource for Native American groups in California, such as the Ohlone, Yakuts, and Pomo. It was used to create housing, the land, the house of Israel, okay, protection, the house to protect us, thatch for roofs and walls, as above, so below. Transport, freedom. Tule, reed boats. Balsas, for navigating waterways. Meeting of the waters, the topple of the statues of Liberty and Brazil. Baiba or Daiba. Daily items, mats, baskets, decoys, and clothing. The word baskets here in the book of Deuteronomy, the Holy One said, if you follow my law, thy basket shall be full, thy day shall be good. If you don't, everything going to be empty. Clothing is a form of comfort, and if we break the law, we're going to be naked and stuff. Mat to sleep and rest. All those days are part of it. 2. Common derivatives, California context. Because Tule marshes were once the dominant features of California's Central Valley, several region terms are named after them. Tule fog. a thick, dense ground fog that forms in the San Joaquin and Sacramento's valleys during the winter, typically November to March. It is leading cause of weather-related traffic accidents in the region. So now, we're going to take the fog, okay? The Tule fog is thick and Saint Joaquin. Who is Saint Joachim? Okay, Saint Joachim. Who was Saint Joachim? Who was Saint Joachim in the Bible? Saint Joachim, husband of Saint Anne and father of the Virgin Mary, is a revered figure in Christian tradition, though not mentioned in the Bible canonically. Yes, it does. You guys took it out. You know, he was a Levite priest, father of Mary, mother of Jesus. You guys removed that. His wife was Saint Anne. Okay? And Haiti, we know her as Saint Anne because she was real. The people knew her. Or they call her Grand Saint Anne, which means Grandma Saint Anne, because the mother was Mary and her mother, which is the grandma, is Grand Saint Anne. There you go. This is an actual saint in Haiti. Okay? The mother of Mary. Again, allegory, this is where we are going here, all right? Because this story for people, myth, word of mouth, which is true, this thing is still there, all right? Okay? Saint Anne, she loves gold. She have a lot of gold chain and stuff like that. What you're seeing here is actually real. Okay? There is a pilgrim image where people go over to Saint Anne, the black saint, okay, the black mother, okay? All right? This is in Haiti, so to speak. Now let's go back to Saint Joachim or Joachim or San Joachim and the valley. Oh crap. Man, I went that far? Good grief. Okay. Saint Joachim was husband of Saint Anne, the grandmother. Joachim was the father of Mary, the virgin, the young woman. And Mary is the mother of Christ, Jesus, Cesare Borgia, Yahushua, whatever you want to call it. In this context, the father, him being a Levite, Mary, Saint Anne, okay, which was a Levitess, they gave birth to Mary. And then Mary married Joseph from the tribe of Judah. And they gave birth to Yahushua, Jesus Christ, as you want to call it. And the mother, he raised the mother, and the mother, you know, he loved the mother so much. Now we are talking about the mother, the Holy Spirit, and things like that. Those are the connections. Saint Joachim Valley. Tule elk, a subspecies of elk, Cervus canadensis nanodis, found only in California. They historically live in the marshlands, Tularis, or the Central Valley. Elks, Tule elk. Okay, well, I don't know why they put that Tule right here. There we go. Elk, deer. We already went to this. Elk and deer are the symbol of blessing, venison. When in tradition, when the Hebrew men or when old folks in the Bible time is about to die, they will ask for a last meal. And Isaac loved venison, and he called his son, his favorite son, Esau, to go get him some venison so he can give the blessing. Elk, deer, symbol of venison. The movie When the World Go Down, that movie on Netflix. Netflix movie, wall go down, shape, white line. Lion. Netflix movie, white lion shape. Okay. Leave the wall behind. Excuse me. Leave the wall behind, seen deer. There you go. There you go. This is the deer. The deer comes, they were the angels come to give the blessing. And 83 saw that black girl was going to get the blessing. She shoo away the blessing, and the black girl joined unto her and yell after the blessing and shoo away the angels. And the angels went to this little girl and they show her the peaceful place and she got all the blessing. That's what that was. We did a whole video on this thing. So this is about the blessing, the Thule elk, the deer. It's there. Place names. Many locations bear the name, such as Thule Lake and the associated town Thule Lake and Tulare, from the Spanish Tula, meaning a place where Thule grows. Distinction: Thule versus Thule, which is a H. It is common to confuse Thule with Thule, pronounced Thule or Thule, though they are unrelated. Thule, the American marsh plant. Thule, a term in ancient Greek or Roman geography denoting the most northerly region of the known world, often associated with Iceland, Norway, or Greenland. It is appealed to the phrase Ultima Thule, the farthest limit. They are related. We are talking about the entrance to the inner earth. We are talking about the land down below. We are talking about the obsession with Iceland, the obsession with Greenland, if you want to call it this. We are talking about like Donald Trump want to buy Greenland, Iceland, and things like that. Oh boy. Give me a second here. Yeah, sweetie?
Hi, Daddy.
Nights and mornings in the valley this week, making for some hazardous driving conditions.
The Sacramento and San Joaquin valleys are known for Thule fog, very common this time of year. KCRA 3 meteorologist Heather Waldman dug into our video archives for a look at the dangers and the benefits of the fog.
Anyone that's driven through California's infamous Thule fog,
it's just one pileup after another.
So foggy, we couldn't see anything. Knows how disorienting it can be.
I mean, I've been driving 15 years, and today it's like my first day in this truck. I'm nervous,
In December 1997, a so-called wall of fog blamed for this scene in Sacramento County.
A quarter-mile section of I-5 transformed into a fiery tangle of vehicles that piled up in a thick wall of fog.
5 people died in this horrific chain reaction crash. 36 were injured. The freeway was shut down for just over 24 hours.
That was the 90s. Today, valley fog just isn't what it used to be, and that's not just an anecdote either. Scientists at UC Davis say Central Valley fog events have decreased by more than 50% since 1980. This is most likely because of pollution policy changes like burn bans and vehicle emissions requirements. Less pollution means fewer particles for water vapor to condense onto. That leads to either less fog or fog that's not as thick. Now, that's great news for drivers, but California's agriculture industry relies on a certain number of foggy days in the winter. That's because fog helps to chill fruit and nut trees, keeping them in an important dormant stage. It also helps to keep crops hydrated by limiting evaporation.
So actually, it's important to have fog also to suppress that thirst of the atmosphere that would drive water leaving the landscape when we need it to moist it.
Some growers spray water on trees from above to mimic the fog, but in a drought year, this can be expensive. So others have chosen to grow varieties that don't rely so heavily on the cooling and moistening effects of that fog. Back to you.
All right. Oh boy. Good grief. Let's see this. All right. Forgive me, beloved. Kind of like went a little bit.
Scientists at UC.
Okay, let's leave it right here. Let me listen to that.
Davis say Central Valley fog events have decreased by more than 50% since 1980. This is most likely because of pollution policy changes like burn bans and vehicle emissions requirements. Less pollution means fewer particles for water vapor to condense onto. That leads to either less fog or fog that's not as thick. Now, that's great news for drivers, but California's agriculture industry relies on a certain number of foggy days in the winter. That's because fog helps to chill fruit and nut trees, keeping them in an important dormant stage. It also helps to keep crops.
Well, all those fruits, of the cherries and pistachios and walnuts, almonds and things like that. It's all part of the Bible and things like that. But anyway. When they are talking about the furthest part of the land, the earth and stuff like that, which is good. Summary, term meaning truly large bulrush. Reed. Keep this word, reed. R-E-E-D. Okay? Tule fog, dense winter fog in California, Central Valley. Tule elk subspecies native to California marsh. Tule, distinct term, mythical, myth, word of mouth, ancient far northern land because they know Atlantis, Tortuga Island, and all that. Good. So, now, is the word Tule is an ancient text? Is it in the Bible? Reed, fog, bulrush. Okay? Tule, reed, bulrush, fog, mist. Are there any connection in the occult, excuse me, esoteric? And I upload those books and I ask the AI to pull up all the references. And then it says here, below is the second complete pass, because I had this for the first one, using all currently uploaded files, including the newly added Book of Enoch text with no external sources used for discovery. For each hit I provide 1. Exact paragraph, verbatim or continuous excerpt from your uploaded book. Precise reference inside of that book. 3. The corresponding King KJV biblical precept. All right, canonical, parallel, or thematic anchor, clearly labeled like KJV for orientation only. Search term applies. Tule, reed, bulrush, fog, mist. 1. Tule, source, uploaded book. The Lost Tribes from Outer Space by Mark Dim and Lowell Bell, 1977. Is the word Tule mentioned in there? Well, this is what they said according to the book that we have. Full paragraph. Instruction. This is what they came from the book, The Lost Tribe of Out of Space. Instructions for the observance were insistingly repeated. It was as binding as of the Sabbath. You shall observe this day from generation to generation as a Tule for all time. Now, the AI said, well, Tule, it's a typo in the book, which means rule of all time. Because when you read Exodus 12 and 17, that's not what it says. Okay? Let's go to Exodus 12, 17. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for it is the self same day I have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generation by an ordinance forever. But in the book, they said, Exodus, you shall observe this day from generation to generation as a Tule for all time. This is the word that is in the book, beloved. Tule. What is the true meaning of the word Tule? Tule for all time. They say, well, it's a typo. It's something, probably they made a mistake. A mistake? Huh. All right then. Exodus 12, 17. Yahweh, well, Yahweh did not hide the real reason for it. When you enter the land which the Lord will give you, as he promised, Moses said to the elders of Israel, you shall observe this rite, ritual. Then when your children ask you, what is the meaning of this rite? You shall say, it is the Lord's Passover, for he passed over the houses of the Israelites in Egypt when he struck the Egyptians, but spares our house. Exodus 12, 25, 27. Is the mighty one going to strike Egypt? Is the mighty one going to strike California? Is the only one going to shake a reed over there, cause a huge earthquake? Is the only one going to shake a reed over there to cause sickness and then destruction and stuff? Are we going to get passed over? Or is the angel of death going to pass over our nation? Because this is what it says here. I'm just asking. Reference Exodus 12, quote inside of the book. KJV, precept. Well, they like to say, oh, canonical. And you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for it is the self same day that I have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day and your generation by an ordinance forever. Are we, beloved, this is just a question watching, are we going to receive something or something going to happen by our New Year's? Is March 2026 coming up here? Whether it's March 17th, whenever you celebrate it, or we go over here, we go by the when the house of Aries enter the thing, March 21st or 20. Let's see when will be our New Year. When is the house of Aries entered in March 2026? Okay. March 2026, house of Aries. Okay. March 2026 for Aries, March 21st. Well, let us ask this. When is March? When is the... Oh boy. In 2026, when is the house of Aries going to enter March? Okay. In 2026, the sun enters Aries and kicks off the astrological season around March 20th, marking the vernal equinox, while Venus also moves into Aries on March 6th. So around like March 20th, 2020, March 20th, March 21st, and we will celebrate it here on March 21st, 2026. This is our new year for the people that are celebrated with me and the others. Some go March 27th, some go March 17th. Do the best that you can, because it says here, in our new year, something will happen, because that's what we're reading here. Now, note, truly here is non-standard rendering of rule ordinance. Preserve exactly as printed in your book. That's what they said. Tool, rule, and odds, but it say the word truly. 2. Read. Source. Or called astrological narrative. That's the book. A new and complete illustration of the celestial science of astrology. E. by E. Sibley. Full paragraph. This is where they mention the word read. He told me he had bade them sing, and they went to some distance behind a bush, from whence he could hear perfect concert of such exquisite music as he never before heard. In the upper part of he heard something very harsh, a shrill like a reed sound, vibration. But as it was managed, give a particular grace to the rest. This is from the book, a source of astrological, occult, and things. Precept, Isaiah 42:3. A bruised reed shall he not break, and the smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment unto truth. You can't make this off. You can't make this up. This is what it is. Judgment is indeed in the midst. Source B, the Nag Hammadi, cosmic shaking. Discourse of Potenoia, full paragraph. The elements, this is from the book of Nag Hammadi, the elements tremble, earthquake, and the foundations of the underworld and the ceilings of chaos shook. And the rocks and the earth were shaken like a reed shaken by the wind. And the lots of fate and those who apportioned the domiciles were greatly disturbed. This is what's coming for you, 83. Loud boom. Great judgment. This is what coming for you, people. This is from the book of Nag Hammadi. King James Precept, Matthew 11:7. What went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? Matthew 11:7. Great earthquake is coming. Now, the word, the name reed, say we're done with this. We're done with that. Greg, meaning. We're done with the Cessna. Okay. Reed Benson. Who was Reed Benson? Reed Amusen Benson was an American academic and professor of religion at Brigham Young University, who was the national director of public relations from the John Birch Society. During his career, Benson was noted for his political conservatism and advocacy of homeschooling. See, these dudes, those are the guys that sit in the room with the others and say, this is not canonical, this is not good, take this out, we don't like this, we don't like that. Because Reed Benson is the author of the Anglo-Israel thesis, which is a compelling evidence that Caucasian European descended from the ancient Israelites. Well, they weren't Caucasian folks, they were black folks, so to speak. Remember in the live we had on Thursday, yesterday, I told you to write this down. Reed Benson. The word read. Truly, read. All of this is connected. Those are the dudes. Those are the well-respected academics. They sit there, they tell you what's what you need to study, what's good and what's not. He died in 2016 though. 4 years before he seen the whole thing. This fog has nothing to do with 83. It's there on our behalf. Well, of course, to a degree, it's there to destroy them and things like that. So, all right. There we go. We're done with this. Let's leave this. All right, let's keep on. Whoops. Let's keep on moving. Bullwash. Source: occult mesmeric analogy. Wait, this one say well, astrology. This one say analogy. All right, good. A Manual of Occultism. This is the name of the book. Cephalial 1914. Full paragraph. An element existing in nature, unknown to most men, gets hold of a person and withers and breaks him down, as the raging hurricane does to the bulrush. Is there something raging coming? Is there an element existing in nature, unknown to most men, going to get hold of people out there and withers them and break them down, as the raging hurricane does to the bulrush? It scatters men far apart. It strikes them in 1,000 places at the same time without their perceiving the invisible foe. What the hell is going on here, man? What's going to happen to you people? This invisible foe that's going to thresh you guys down. Thresh. The harvest is ready. Reference: Animal Magnetism section, King James Version precept, Isaiah 58:5. It is such a fast that I have chosen, a day of a man to afflict his soul. Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush? This is what Isaiah asks you. Remember, bulrush, truly, read, same thing. Fog. Number 4. Sources. Nag Hammadi, Gospel of Truth. Full paragraph. This ignorance of the Father brought about the terror and fear, and terror become dense like a fog, like the one in California, truly, that no one was able to see. Because of this error become strong. For this reason, do not take error too seriously. Thus, since it has no root, it was in a fog as regard the Father. This is the Gospel of Truth. Go read it in the book of Nag Hammadi, and the part where they say it here in the Library Gospel of Truth. Reference Gospel of Truth, King James Version, Job 38:9. When I made the cloud, the garment thereof, and thick darkness, a swaddling band for it. If you haven't been to the thick darkness, you need to go there. Source B, Nag Hammadi, Eve narrative. The mother Eve narrative, talking. Hypothesis of the archons, or archons. Well, they put archons here, archons. Then Eve, being a force, laughed at their decision. She put mist in their eyes and secretly left her likeness with Adam. Afterwards, they say perhaps this is like the true man, this being who brought a fog upon us. There you go. Go search it and do your own research. Precept, Genesis 3:13. And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Go do your own research. Mist. Source A, Hermetic Alchemy. That's the book. Okay. A suggestive inquiry into the Hermetic mystery by Thomas Taylor, Tradition. Full paragraph. When the soul attracts moisture, it is necessarily surrounded by the image, but moisture gives substance to a mist in the air. I can feel it in the air, but dryness constitutes a dry splendor. Hence that renowned saying of Heraclitus that dry soul is the wisest. And who possess the wet soul? Who possess the driest? Precept, Genesis 2:6. But there went up a mist from the heavens, from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. Is that mist over there, that fog over there, that tule over there in California? Is it going to? I don't know. Source B, from the Book of Enoch. I just added it. Book of Enoch, uploaded text. Full paragraph. The fog he especially enlarges on account of its frequent occurrence, it can appear both in clear and in dark weather, and at all times. That the dew is closely connected with both rain and fog is easily understood. Enoch Meteorological Governance section, when Enoch went and visited the heaven. Reference. He, Psalm 135, verse 7, he causeth the vapors to ascend. From the ends of the earth he maketh lightnings for the rain. He bringeth the wind out of his treasuries. This is a definition what Enoch was watching and the way how things, came from. Final consolidated summary. Truly, Exodus, quote, variant spelling, read astrology, Nag Hammadi, and all the stuff are there. This was the research that I had done, and here it is. You can go ahead and scroll to it, copy it, go do your thing. If you want it, I can send it to you, and you'll go ahead, you do your own research. Let's go back to this. I think we're pretty much done with, oops, nope, I gotta do it like this. We're pretty much done with that. Now we're done with this. Exodus, the book. And beloved, the reason, of course, the Holy One says he's going to judge the one that doing this, with the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham, and the fog is, of course, plague number 10. Thunder voices is just literally the weather, and floods and things like that. That flood going on in Washington State. Let's keep on moving.
We begin tonight with level 3 go now evacuations after
this is the plague number 10 right there.
Along the White River. That evacuation is impacting about 220 homes in the area, and city officials estimate that could be anywhere up to 1,000 people. We've mapped out the evacuations for you on your screen. Anywhere in this section is under Go Now evacuation, and you can see these are residential streets. That includes anywhere northwest of the river and anywhere south of Ellingson Road, west of Skinner Road, east of St. Paul Boulevard, and north of Pacific City Park. City officials say it's not clear when this evacuation will be lifted and are asking people to seek temporary plans for the coming days. This is video from about an hour ago from our Fox 13 drone. You can see those sandbags are trying to fill the gap in the White River and Pacific, and it does look like crews have made some progress. We do have team coverage for you tonight. Fox 13 reporter Dan Griffin is standing by with the situation in Skagit County. Meteorologist Claire Anderson is tracking real-time weather conditions. But let's begin with Fox 13's Lauren Donovan. And Lauren, you're down in Pacific in the evacuation zone where time has been of the essence as more water is headed downstream. What's changed in the last hour?
Yeah, so since we last chatted, Severa, the rain's definitely picked back up. You're talking about more water coming in. That's obviously a concern moving into tonight. The sun has set. It's looking a lot more like it was out here early in the morning, 1:30, 15 plus hours ago when the levee here in Pacific breached. And crews, they're working in tonight trying to solve this, trying to patch it up. Check this out. Here they are working tirelessly as they have been for hours. There in the distance, right there, that is ground zero for the action. And this, where we're standing, is about as close as we can get to it for safety reasons. But yeah, Pacific's mayor, they were telling me they've been under the gun trying to secure the levee breach. And tonight, overnight, we're going to see, putting it to the test, is their hard work going to pay off? Can they protect the rest of this town from flooding? So check this out. Crews, they've been spending hours plugging that hole with what are called super sacks. So they're like sandbags on steroids, 300 of them, and they're so massive you need some heavy duty machinery to haul them out there. Now at noon, the Army Corps of Engineers upstream, they released water from the Mud Mountain Dam, and that release was expected to take about 4 hours to reach us here in Pacific. So here we are about an hour after that, 5 p.m. Peak flow was about an hour ago, and it was really testing all the work they put there. So far, here we are. We haven't seen water reaching us, and those drone aerials you saw showed a lot of great progress. Very encouraging to people on the ground here. And if you're sitting at home wondering, okay, the last thing that we need is water, this is why they released some from the dam.
Water levels are high, and we need to balance all of it region-wide, not just here in King County in the Pacific.
Yeah, and the evacuation order is very much still in effect right now. We know hundreds of people have been told to leave their homes, families carrying their belongings, pets out of here. You're going to hear from some of those folks coming up in the next half hour. For now, we are on the ground here live in Pacific. We'll send it back to you.
So, as you can see here, beloved, this flood is no joke. And those people are always thinking like their levee or whatever it's going to hold. They think their technology to a degree will save them. And they think that, well, if they hunker down, they will, to a degree, avoid this thing. Or even if they get away, they'll go somewhere. And they will avoid this. This is night and day. The flood is not letting up. The fog is not letting up. Remember, the statue toppled in Bahia, Brazil, the meeting of waters, is the only one using waters to sweep those people off the land. Is the mighty one using water to harass 83. This one was a day ago. This one came out 12 hours ago. Let's see what's going on here. It's still going on.
Evacuation orders will remain in place in Pacific, even though floodwaters have fallen significantly throughout the city. The levee break allowed the White River to pour into surrounding neighborhoods, but that now has a temporary patch. KOMO's Joe Moreno looks at the next steps being taken to safeguard the city.
So many lives disrupted by this disaster, and a lot of damage assessments still to be done. Now,
the dude name is Joel Moreno. It look like just like Mel Brooks. Is that what that is? Mel Brooks. Okay. Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is still alive. The dude is 99 years old. Mel Brooks is still alive. He's well. He's still making movies. He's recently made a movie. The guy is 99 years old. He's still alive. The last movie he made was, it's on Hulu. Okay. Mel Brooks still alive, man. I watched this, I'm like, wait, to a degree, look like Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks made The Life of The Last Supper. This is his, no, wait, that's not The Life of Mel Brooks' latest movie. Okay, he made, he recently made History of the World 2. John Candy Like Me, I was not aware of that. Oh, okay. Spaceball gonna be in 2027. The dude will be 101 years old. He's involved in the film design and is expected to reprise his role as the character Yogurt. And he played Yogurt, the version of Yoga and Yoda of the, this stuff. Mel Brooks movie, Hulu. What is the other movie he just made and it's on Hulu? No. Oops. You know what? Is it on Hulu? It shouldn't be. History of the World Part 2. It's not on Hulu. So, okay, Part 2 is on Hulu, yes. That's the latest he made. That one came out in 2023, 2 years ago. Yes, Part 1, I think I watched Part 1, but Part 2, I haven't watched it, though. Crazy. But nonetheless, this guy reminds me of Mel Brooks. But anyway, and his name is Joel Moreno. The book of Joel. All right, you know what to do in the book of Joel.
Now, the levee behind me does have a temporary fix in place, but they're going to need time to monitor that repair work before people get the all clear to return home.
The difference is night and day compared to today to yesterday.
Homes swamped and cars submerged as the White River gushed its way through Pacific. But a day later, the
White River. So all those cars, the houses, they are damaged, man. Okay.
Water is now drained away in this same neighborhood, though the trauma of the ordeal remains.
Imagine being asleep and woken up by a helicopter telling you got to leave. That was scary.
Crews working round the clock plugged the break in the levee with massive sandbags to hold back the river and keep it from sending more floodwaters through city streets. But this partial fix does not end the problems confronting Pacific.
The job is still not done. Temporary measures to address the river are still in place.
City officials say about 220 homes are impacted and likely damaged. And even though much of the water has receded, entire neighborhoods remain under evacuation orders while the repairs on the levee are monitored.
They want to make sure that's 100% functional and working before they let folks back in.
The impacts from this flood will likely be long-lasting, and damage assessments are just getting underway.
I'm pretty sure there's a few hundred people that live in those apartments that, have been displaced because of what happened. And that's sad, especially around Christmas. That's really sad for these people.
Mud Mountain Dam has a lot of water it needs to release, and those outflows will keep the White River running fairly high into next week. They will be monitoring that closely to not impact this temporary repair work that they've just done. Joel Marino, Como News.
The mayor of Pacific says they're also running regular inspections along the length of the levee to check if there are any leaks or potential weak spots that need to be addressed.
Yep, difference night and day. And look at this. Oregon sees down trees, power outage, the flood watches. This one was in was it in Oregon too? This one supposedly be in Washington. Let's watch the one in Oregon.
This is a K2 Storm Tracker weather alert.
And that Storm Tracker weather alert as we come on the air tonight with tens of thousands of people across Oregon and southwest Washington still without power. High winds overnight toppled trees and snapped power lines, plunging people into the dark. And this fire is seen here in Estacada, demonstrating the danger of those downed power lines firsthand. You can see it sparked a fire at the base of a fence there. Firefighters telling the public not to put out those fires on their own. Other trees taking out cars and damaging homes, with another atmospheric river just around the corner. Heavy downpours are expected, with the worst conditions set to hit within the next 24 hours. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Ray Gazaway. K2 is on your side tonight with team coverage of how this Storm Tracker 2 weather alert will impact you and how the community is responding. Let's get right to Dave Selesky now tracking this for us. And Dave, last night really just the beginning.
Exactly right. Now the winds really ramped up. We had 138-mile-per-hour wind gusts up on Mount Hood, up at the Palmer Chairlift. Take a look at the rest of the numbers for you. Out at PDX, had a peak wind gust at the airport there at 55 miles an hour. Astoria, 56. Pendleton today had a wind gust early this morning, about 127 of 81 miles an hour. Now, again, since that time, the winds have settled down. We're just seeing some rain showers across the area. Cooler air has moved on in, so snow levels are lowering tonight in the Oregon Cascades down to about the 30,000-foot level by late tonight and through early tomorrow morning. Now, the rainfall totals last 24 hours, not all that much, only a little more than a quarter of an inch out at PDX, exactly that up in Vancouver at Pearson Field, a third of an inch in Beaverton, over half of an inch in Lake Oswego, and almost 9/10 of an inch of rain down in Aurora in the last 24. Watches and warnings, plenty of those still. We do have a flood watch up beginning this afternoon through late tomorrow and into Friday now for the Willamette Valley. Wind advisory also up for parts of the Willamette Valley. We've got a high wind warning in parts of the south coast, and also we got a wind advisory, or excuse me, wind watch up for parts of the coast range late tonight and going into tomorrow as well as this atmospheric river moves into the northwest. And with this latest round of rain coming online, and a lot of it, we're going to have to keep a very close eye on area rivers and streams. Here's Johnson Creek. This is out in southeast Portland, in the Sycamore neighborhood. They're going to see brief minor flooding here as that stream reaches up to about 14.8. Again, we're talking some very, very large stream flows across.
All right, well, it's pretty much the same thing. Oregon is getting it. Everywhere in the West is getting it. And let's keep on moving.
And the Washington floods have turned deadly. Officials say a car drove past road closed signs into a flooded road, killing the driver. Evacuation warnings are in place there after 2 levees breached. And now the next part of the storm could bring high winds and even snow to some parts of the Northwest. ABC News meteorologist Kenton Jawecki is here with more. Kenton, what are you watching?
Okay, well, it's pretty much the same thing. How long we are into this thing? All right, let's keep on moving. Because they say one person dead. Let's confirm that and we'll keep on moving.
Watching for.
Well, we're still going to be watching for this flooding. There's going to be more of it. We're also watching for more landslides on roads, especially in Washington and in Oregon as the week goes along. We also have a lot of high wind as well for the next few days. Gusts 55 to 85 miles per hour in a widespread region, pretty much all over the Northwest. And when we look at the rounds of this heavy rain, you can see the next big round is coming tonight from Washington down to Northern California. Then there's a break tomorrow, just some mountain snow. On Thursday, the next round comes. This time the fire hose is going directly at Oregon, Eugene, and Portland, getting heavy rain there. And then we're looking at a total through Friday of really a widespread 2 to 4, but especially in Oregon with that Thursday and Friday system, getting a widespread 4 to 6 or even more than that half a foot of rainfall. In the mountains, they're going to get 2 to 4 feet of snow, Diane.
All right, Kent and Joecki, thank you.
What the hell? Where's that person that died? The hell is this? Texas woman arrested, charged with placing razor blades and Walmart bakery item. Damn. Anyway, let's keep on moving. Okay, this is an airplane. Okay, a day ago. All right, December 16, 2 days ago. And Mexico, private jet fell off the sky, everybody perished, and then people are saying, oh, well, you know, the thing with Greg, you know, Beefle is nothing and stuff. It's just like some accident. Gang, they go, what's up? Okay, all right, well, there you go. Okay. Killing all 10 on board. Another Cessna citation, 3.
Una avioneta. Cayó una avioneta literal, me imagino que quiso aterrizar aquí en el campo y no alcanzó y cayó, no sé si cayó ahí y llegó hasta allá, no creo, yo imagino que, o a lo mejor sí, es que no se ve ni siquiera, no tengo ni idea, pero fue un avionazo. San Pedro Totoltepec, no han llegado bomberos, sigue haciendo explosión. Está cabrón, un mar de gente. Acaba de llegar el helicóptero, el sonido de emergencia, no hay acceso para los bomberos, se necesita una pipa grande porque cayó un avión, se cayó una avioneta aquí en San Pedro Totoltepec, en el campo de fútbol, presumo que quiso aterrizar aquí para no causar estragos, pero desafortunadamente no lo lograron y llegaron hasta las edificaciones, ¿sabe? Ya que son naves industriales. Estamos esperando los servicios de bomberos que no llegan al lugar. Van llegando. Van llegando los servicios de bomberos aquí al lugar.
Okay, so the typical Mexican do not travel. Okay, this thing from Acapulco, probably on vacation, you know, and then something happened, they deviated, something happened around the line, and then they crash. Terrible. Horrible. Horrible. Oh boy. Okay, they confirm it there. Okay, they confirm it. Okay, they confirm Greg Beefle. All right. His wife and 2 children confirmed. Damn, that's bad. All right, let's confirm it here.
Highs in the 60s.
Okay, Amy, thank you so much. Breaking news right now. Former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 kids have died in a plane crash. It happened in Statesville. The Federal Aviation Administration confirmed that his Cessna C550 crashed while landing at the Statesville Regional Airport before 10:30 this morning. That airport does provide corporate aviation facilities for Fortune 500 companies and several NASCAR teams. Right now, the National Transportation Safety Board and the FAA are investigating. The airport is closed until further notice. This is a developing story, so be sure to stay with us here on WRAL for the latest information. Some background on Greg Biffle. He was nicknamed the Biff, winning multiple NASCAR titles. He was named one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers. Biffle even flew a helicopter throughout western North Carolina in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, delivering supplies in hard-hit areas. He even made a dramatic rescue when he spotted someone with a mirror trying to get help. Again, Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 kids.
Now I know why that face was kind of familiar. He was that guy who rescued in his private helicopter. Did the Holy One serve him, punish him for that? Because the Christian love saying whenever we do something, we help someone or something we shouldn't do, we think we help somebody, or we intervene in the Holy One's judgment and we think we did something right. And then there you go, it happened. So, wow. Now I know why his face looked very familiar. Because he was one of the guy I made a Esau's trouble. He flew his helicopter. I remember the whole mirror thing. Crazy, but nonetheless.
Killed in a plane crash in Statesville today. Again, a developing story. Be sure to stay with us here on WRAL News for the latest. It's been 1 year of Bill.
Okay, he perished, man. He perished. Him, his entire family. Well, they say 6 dead, but now they say 7 dead. What the hell is going on?
Today it was reported of an airplane crash here at Statesville Regional Airport. The time that we were notified was approximately 10:15 a.m. this morning. It was a single airplane crash. We were told initially that this was a reapproach, that the aircraft was reapproaching the airport to land. The tail number for this airplane was N as in Nora 257, B as in boy, W as in William. That would be registered to a GB Aviation leasing aircraft. We can tell you at this point that 7 confirmed occupants that were on the aircraft are deceased. Those names, we cannot definitively give you those names at this point because of the post-crash fire. There's a lot of speculation. There are a lot of names that are out there. The only person we would be able to say is believed that Mr. Greg Biffle was one of those 7 deceased occupants due to not only the information of those occupants that is recorded, but also visual from aircraft or from staff that was here at the airport that he was one of the occupants that was on the plane at the time. The other names, we will have a list once we have those, but what we would do, just like in a crash involving a automobile, we would have to await medical examiner confirmation. So that's what's going on right now. And again, those names, those 7 names, just can't definitively be put out there at this point because of that post-crash fire. So awaiting the medical examiner and that confirmation. The FAA has been on the scene this afternoon and working through their initial phases of an investigation. We've spoke with the NTSB. They will be arriving early in the morning, and then they will pick up the investigation, take it from there. The State Highway Patrol will remain throughout the night, and as long as it's needed to preserve the evidence in this case. As you can see, or as you might have heard, that the evidence does span throughout airport property and off airport property.
Anyway, man, it's bad. He perished, his entire family gone. There's nothing you can do about this, and we want those people. Okay, let me see if I can get Greg Biffle. Oops. Flew helicopter to Hurricane victim. Let's put Asheville. It wasn't in Asheville, but we're probably going to find. Okay. I think it's this one right here. You know, those people love doing this. Hey, we're taking our helicopter here. We're gonna help people and stuff like that. Is it this one? Let's see. Let's watch that one.
Oh, prior to Hurricane Helene.
Wow. It's kind of meant to be.
It was really meant to be. My wife and I talk about that. Like, how different would it have been if you wouldn't have bought it?
Yeah.
So I bought the machine, got back current again, and did the required training in it. So prior to getting out for Hurricane Helene and doing this mission, I'd only had about 15 or so hours in this machine before it was time to go.
Someone of faith might say it was meant to be, like God gave you that helicopter at the right time.
It still gives me goosebumps thinking about it. How it all, what if this wouldn't have happened and that and that and that? Just how everything came together.
And yet he perished on an airplane, not in a helicopter.
Bought it about 6 months or so prior to Hurricane Helene.
Wow. It's kind of meant to be.
It was really meant to be. My wife and I talk about.
So this is the so bragging,
The storm was fast and furious. In late September 2024, Hurricane Helene closed in on the last left turn, barreling for the finish line. Western North Carolina. A couple hours away in quiet Mooresville, a race against time began with a text.
September 28th, right there it is. Got this from a friend. You want to go flying today?
It was the first caution of what was to come for NASCAR legend Greg Biffle, a master of brakes who also happens to have blades.
When I got hired by Jack Roush, he was a huge aviation nut, which sparked my interest and finally started taking flight lessons.
For years, Biffle flew to racetracks to avoid traffic. Then, after semi-retirement, he sold his bird.
And it was just bugging me and burning me up.
All while fate was still watching from the grandstands.
I bought it about 6 months or so prior to Hurricane Helene.
Someone of faith might say it was meant to be, like God gave you that helicopter at the right time.
It still gives me goosebumps thinking about it. How it all, what if this wouldn't have happened and that and that and that? Just how everything came together.
All because of that initial text request for a pilot to help one family trapped in Banner Elk.
They were out of formula, diapers, and the road was washed out. Then my wife came up and said, "Are you gonna go?" is all she said. And I just felt like if I don't go, who's going to?
So you did go. What did you see when you got there?
The weather was really bad.
And a Facebook post he had made before takeoff was brewing a storm of its own.
I got 4,000, 5,000 messages within an hour and a half. I haven't heard from my parents. I haven't heard from my brother, sister, neighbor.
So this hero, this thing over there, he's no more, man. I knew that guy looked familiar, but he perished. Asheville, North Carolina, you are under judgment. Great glory, let's keep on moving.
We're following more breaking news. The people accused of planning a series of bombings across Southern California appeared in court this afternoon. The FBI says the 4 suspects are members of an extremist group, and they were planning to carry out the attacks on New Year's Eve. NBC4's Camilla Rambaldi is live in downtown LA with more of what we learned during today's hearing. Camilla.
Hi, Annabelle. 4 arrests in this case, and those 4 people are expected to face a federal judge this afternoon. That is what we are still standing by for at this hour. Now, federal officials telling us this morning that they believe that they have arrested everyone in connection to this alleged terror plot, and that they say that the FBI Joint Task Force moved quickly to disrupt it.
The Department of Justice and the FBI announced today the arrests of 4 people they say were plotting to set off bombs in the Los Angeles area on New Year's Eve. Federal officials say they were members of the Turtle Island Liberation Front,
a far-left, anti-government, domestic terror cell.
Federal officials say search warrants were conducted at several locations across the nation and in Southern California. Law enforcement sources tell NBC4 Investigates searches in Glendale, South LA, and Torrance are connected to the case. NBC4 Investigates has learned one of the locations included this home in Glendale.
So what seems to be the problem here? You see those people are losing their marbles. There is a spirit upon those people out there. You know about the thing that happened to us in Utah. Sir Charlie Kirk. Got the thing in the neck. Those people are losing their freaking mind. Be careful out there, beloved. Keep your distance from certain people, man. Blasso, Glasso, Vasso, and all the other assholes. Stay away from them because they are not right in the head. And of course, beloved, this is judgment. Michael is in the mist. Let's keep on moving.
A federal complaint states, quote, the plan contemplated planting backpacks with IEDs or improvised explosive devices at 5 locations across Southern California, targeting U.S. companies.
Thankfully, that plot has now been foiled.
These bombs were to blow up at the same time on midnight this New Year's Eve.
Authorities did not release details of the locations or the names of the companies. First Assistant United States Attorney Bill Asaley says one of the leaders of the organization had allegedly created a detailed bombing plot.
Carol and her co-defendant, Zachary Page, led the effort to obtain and build the bombs and to recruit others to join in their plot. Carol also made clear her desires. She said, quote, what we are doing will be considered a terrorist act.
Together, we have prevented a potential tragedy and reaffirmed our shared commitment to safeguarding our communities.
Federal officials shared this surveillance video today of a remote site in the Mojave Desert where they say the group attempted to construct and test bombs.
They had everything they needed to make an operational bomb at that location.
We learned that the alleged co-conspirators had recently started acquiring precursor chemicals and other items necessary to accomplish this task.
A federal complaint states the FBI arrested all 4 last Friday before they were able to build the devices.
And at last check, we just learned that 2 of the people arrested are now in court, and all 4 people arrested are facing charges of conspiracy and possession of an unregistered destructive device. Federal officials also said that they intend to file additional charges in the coming weeks as they finish reviewing evidence in this case. For now, we're live in downtown.
So those people are being taken down. They are, they are losing their mind. And they believe, well, they know for a fact that the government is this and that, but I don't know. I'm not going to go ahead and put stuff, but they are destroying each other. Great, let's keep on moving.
New details after a deadly discovery that happened over the weekend.
A woman found dead inside a freezer at a Dollar Tree store in Miami. Local 10.
Okay, this is in Miami. This thing keep happening. What the hell is going on?
Roy Ramos is live at the scene with the latest. Roy.
Ladies, and that Dollar Tree is now open for business, but police tell us that this victim ended up making her way into this restricted employee-only area by herself. In fact, surveillance video shows her walking into that freezer alone.
Crime scene tape blocked off the entrance of a Little Havana Dollar Tree off Southwest 8th Street, 9th Court, after Miami police said 32-year-old Helen Maciel Garay Sanchez was found dead inside a freezer Sunday.
You start thinking about what's going on, and I got concerned with what I just learned, that there was a person found dead.
Customers we spoke with shocked to hear of the death of a woman described in this GoFundMe page as an anesthesiologist, originally from Nicaragua, who was a mother of 2 children, who sadly lost her life while visiting Miami.
So said that the workers at the Dollar Tree don't recognize her.
Investigators said she was found just after 8 a.m. by an employee at the Dollar Tree, and it appears Garay Sanchez walked into the store by herself Saturday night, didn't make a purchase, but made her way to a restricted employee-only area where the freezers are located. She remained inside overnight, and tragically, her body was found the following day.
And the victim's family now trying to transport her body back to Nicaragua, where both of her children are. If you'd like to help that family with those expenses, we've put that GoFundMe page on our website. You can find it at local10.com. For now, in the Little Havana area of Miami, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
This had happened a couple of years ago where a young black woman woke up. They just found her in a freezer. Not quite sure what's going on, but anyway, let's keep on moving. People are losing their mind, man.
Scary
Rape,
moment
rob,
caught
murder.
on camera.
Okay, this is Andy Dick. If you don't know who Andy Dick is, you make great progress in your life. You've done something well.
A scary moment caught on camera. People rushing to save comedian Andy Dick's life as he suffers an overdose on the stairs of a Hollywood building. The comedian says he smoked crack with a stranger before what appears to be an overdose. Fox 11's Phil Schuman, he's following growing concerns about his struggles and substance abuse. It sounds like he's lucky to be alive.
That's for sure. And speaking to TMZ from his Hollywood home, the 59-year-old comedian and actor admitted he met a man on the street who offered him the drug. Dick said he accepted, claiming he, quote, doesn't mind using crack occasionally. When asked about his condition, he responded sarcastically, he's 100% fine.
Doesn't it look like I'm 100% fine? 110%. And he was on the sidewalk, and I'm like, I'll sit with you. And then he whipped.
So this is how those people, guy like Andy Dick, you know, celebrities and actors, comedian. This is people they looked up to. This is people that had the blessing, and then they reduced to this, you know?
Doubt. I'm sorry, but crack. And I'm like, you know what? I might need a little bit of that. I wanted to see what he was doing. And also, I don't mind doing a little crack every now and then.
So this is an interview obtained by TMZ this afternoon showing Dick speaking from his home in Hollywood. Again, said he's fine, admitted to the drug use, the latest in a long line of incidents that have led to him being in and out of rehab and occasionally jail.
Is he okay? Hey. Andy.
And you gotta put this there, you know, make sure that they see me helping.
So this is that video that we showed you earlier. This is Dick slumped on the stairs with his glasses on the ground from yesterday afternoon. Witnesses say his friends ran up to him, heard him try to revive him. Someone administering Narcan, that's the drug that effects of overdoses. In an interview this afternoon, Dr. Drew Pinsky, we all know him, who has treated Dick in the past and even did a TV show with him about his addictions, says this is just a very dangerous reminder of the power of drugs and alcohol which take control of the brain.
The drug itself becomes synonymous with survival. So all the other priorities in life, family, friends, work, even your own actual physical survival takes a lower priority to the pursuit of the drug. And they
I mean, that's hard to understand for people that haven't gone through it, right?
Yes, it's very hard to understand.
So we reached out to Andy Dick's representatives for comments. We didn't get a response, but there are quotes from one of his representatives saying, oh, he was just drinking, that he's fine. That was before that new video from TMZ. So, you know, this is the kind of story that TMZ does. And
yeah,
then, you know, but the conversation with Dr. Drew was really fascinating because, you know, he's an expert on all of this.
Right.
And for someone who's not an addict, it's hard to understand, you know, the power of the drugs and alcohol. And
literally changes the human being.
Yeah.
It's an unrecognizable person. It's you aesthetically, you physically, but your actions say differently.
Right. Even though you know on one level that it's wrong. And,
right.
You know, this may not end well for him.
In that if he continues on down this path. Of course not. Did he actually go to the hospital? Or
they said no.
Interesting. Okay, so the Narcan. I mean, this is
Narcan works.
It works, and it's amazing that somebody had it out there. Thank goodness, right? Yeah. All right, Phil, thanks so much.
Well, that's what's happening, beloved. They're Andy Dicks, they're celebrities, the people they look up to. They up to no good. They are done. When you watch a guy like Andy Dick smoking crack in the street, you know, he out. So it's done. Okay, people that I keep asking, okay, well, this happened the other day, 2 days ago. December 15 and December 16. The one in Mexico fell today, December 18. The Greg Biffle, and then that.
Listen to this. 1112.
1112, go ahead.
Sir, we just had traffic pass directly in front of us within 5 miles of us, maybe 2-3 miles, but it was an air-to-air refueler from the United States Air Force, and he was at our altitude. We had to stop our climb.
Confirm the traffic was at your altitude.
They're heading off to the northeast right now. They passed directly in our flight path. We had to stop our climb. They are not painting. They don't have their transponder turned on. It's outrageous.
W1112. Yes, I don't have anything on my scope. But there's been outrageous with the unidentified aircraft within our airspace. You are totally right, sir.
Well, I apologize. If you can make a note of it, we almost had a mid-air collision up here.
Yes, sir. We will make a note.
Go ahead, sir.
Just to confirm the traffic crossed in front of you at level 340 right.
That traffic looked like they were level at 340. We're passing through 33.3, 33.4, somewhere in that range when we caught them at maybe the 10 o'clock position, but they were moving directly in front of us at 34, and we were climbing to 35, so we had to stop our climb and actually...
So, almost get into a collision. Almost.
Tonight outside Boston, a guilty verdict, the Brian Walsh murder trial. The jury finding him guilty.
This is the dude. We made a Isos trouble about him. He killed his wife and cut her up. He dismembered her, cut her off into pieces, and threw her somewhere. And here's the trial.
Killing his wife. Here's Aaron Katursky.
Brian Walsh walked out of court in handcuffs and shackles
You plan to appeal.
after a jury outside Boston convicted him of killing his wife, Anna, a mother of 3, before dismembering her body.
What say the jury? Is the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty of what, sir?
Murder in the first degree.
His wife's body has never been found since she vanished on New Year's Day 2023, but prosecutors had ample incriminating evidence, including Walsh's online searches for things like how long before a body starts to smell, and dismemberment and best ways to dispose of a body. Jurors also saw video of Walsh buying a hacksaw, hatchet, and cleaning supplies.
We've seen other cases where we've not had a body, but this is the first one I can remember we've had a first-degree conviction.
Before trial, Walsh admitted to disposing of his wife's body, claiming he panicked after she died in her sleep. Prosecutors said Walsh killed his wife because the couple was having financial problems and she was having an affair. The first-degree murder conviction, Dave.
There you go. Whenever those dudes have their wives and they run out of money, the wife was there because you are high-value men, now you're low-value men, they're going out there and seek other high-value men and have an affair with them because that's what they drain you. And a lot of dudes out there talking about we are high-value men, you know, the high-maintenance women and stuff. Okay, well, you know, hair shopping, anything. You get a stroke, you get onto this airplane, you die, the wife didn't. Or you get into the airplane or a car accident, you mangle, cripples, and the wife doesn't. She's out there, she doesn't want, you can't make that money anymore. You got debt and stuff like that. Here's the result. And when it comes to 83 men, hey, yo, I own you. You think you're going to get out of here and leave me here all by myself? I'm going to cut you up and do things to you.
David means Brian Walsh, seen here in that store surveillance video buying all of those incriminating items, is going to spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole. Sentencing set for Wednesday. David?
Aaron Katursky on this again tonight. Aaron, thank you.
All right. Shocker. Chinese gaming tycoon accused of fathering 100 plus children via surrogacy. Ethics storm erupts globally. Who the cares? Well, you won't see the black folk blasting this dude, but they will put R. Kelly, they will put Sir Sean Combs, or any black men that have multiple baby mama, and then they will bring them out there and say how wrong and moralize them and say stuff, and then, because these guys have money, he's a billionaire, what the hell, So let's keep on moving.
Emilio Ghanem was.
So this is those people that were in the cult, okay? All right, and then the guy there, they show a picture of him. Let's see. That's better. This one is better.
New details now tonight about the disappearance of 2 men and the death of a child.
His way spirit-led assemblies, and people go there. He actually have a YouTube channel. Okay.
All connected to a mysterious religious group in the Inland Empire. CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk with the details on a case, Mike, you've been working on for months now.
Yeah, Gio, this all first started back in August when the Redlands Police Department really increased their efforts and public awareness about how to find one of their people who was missing, Emilio Ghanem. Well, now we have arrests and charges to tell you about. I want to show you who they've taken into custody. Rudy Moreno, Daryl Music Martin, Andre Thomas, and Shelly Cat Martin. All of them apparently a part of this religious group. Rudy Martin and Shelly Martin, the leaders of this religious group. The first person we're going to talk to you about is Emilio Ghanem. I'll show you his photo here. Emilio was last seen in 2023 after he was left the religious group and came back. The religious group also owned a pest control company. That's what Emilio worked for. Emilio left the church to go control his own pest control company, and apparently that angered the leaders of the group. Rudy Moreno was charged in his death today after Emilio's car was found in the Mojave Desert, burned, and had evidence that a homicide had occurred. The second case that they are charging today has to do with the death of this boy, Timothy Thomas. Timothy is a boy that was 4 years old when his parents and his father, who's charged in this, that's Andre, Timothy's parental rights were turned over to the group. The prosecutors say that while he was there, he began suffering from appendicitis, and throughout the course of his appendicitis, they allege that the people in the group never sought medical care. Never got him to a doctor, never got him to an ER, and ultimately he died from that appendicitis. That happened in 2010. Today, the police chief in Colton, the DA in the San Bernardino County talked about the difficulties of this case and how hard it was because of the secrecy of it.
The secretive nature of it was that don't tell anybody there's a 4-year-old who's fighting for his life on the floor of a house in Colton. That's very secretive. The other side of it is, obviously, when you're talking with Mr. Ghanem, the secret there is that nobody was talking about why don't we see a guy who was part of our religious group for a number of years. We had a meeting with him, and then he never is seen or heard from again, and nobody's interested in where he may be that was part of that group. That sounds pretty secretive to me.
Yeah. Now, there is still one more case connected to this. Ruben Moreno, he was reported missing in 2019, but actually hadn't been seen since 2017. Ruben Moreno is the brother of Rudy Moreno, one of the defendants in this case charged with murder. Ruben Moreno was last seen in Claremont. That's where he was reported missing out of. The Claremont Police Department has not returned to calls regarding the status of that case. I did reach out to the Los Angeles County DA's office to see if they have been presented a case in that situation. That's because it is on the very eastern edge of Los Angeles County, just on the other side of the county line from San Bernardino. So a lot going on here, Gio. The arrests have been made. Charges have been filed for murder. A lot more to tell on this story, though.
Certainly right, Mike. Thank you so much.
Yep.
There you go. People love joining those groups, and because the pastors, let me see, his way. This is the dude. This is the pastor, okay? He's a rapper, former gang member. This guy, he owned a fertilizer. When he cut off the money, and them dudes ain't having that, man. They'll kill you. There we go, right here. His way, spirit-led assembly. And here's his stuff right here. And this is the pastor, you know. This is the type of thing they were doing in the church. And this is the type of crap they were doing in the church. Jesus the Christ. And people love this type of garbage. They love this type of garbage. They go to this church because they are doing Jesus reenactment and stuff like that. And then they will let their children do this garbage. And those are the people you try to convince not to get involved with this scum. And they'll do the whole interpreting, dancing. Is that what that is? I forgot the name of this thing. Doing all this garbage. And they will pay money. They'll bring their children there. And next thing you know, the pastor did stuff to my daughter, to my son. Well, those are sick people. What do you believe? What do you think? Okay, so, and those people will go to this church. They'll do this type of nonsense, thinking like those guys will pray and heal them and stuff like that. And they will murder you. People just need a place to do scumbag stuff. Okay?
And I speak against you, Pastor. He did a holy job. And he did not miss one grain of dirt. When he cleaned us, he thoroughly cleaned us.
Okay.
Thoroughly washed us whiter than snow. Verse 6 says, whosoever abideth in him This is what God said. God said, whosoever abides in him sinneth not. Does not practice sinning or preaching.
Okay, those are the dudes. People like, a lot of people say, well, black women don't listen to black men. They do. They listen to this type. Kids don't listen to their fathers, so they do. They will listen to this dude. They are listening to them. And then he's out there murdering people. Great glory. Let's keep on moving.
Well, a mother and a daughter shot and killed inside of their home in Stone Mountain early yesterday morning. Family members are still processing their grief, saying that they know the man who charged or is charged with killing their loved ones. Atlanta News First's reporter Justin Berger is live at DeKalb County Police Headquarters tonight. And Justin, what can you tell us about the man that's now in custody?
Yeah, Victor, his name is Roland Suko, and according to the victim's family, he was dating Connie Jackson. Jackson's mother says her daughter endured verbal and emotional abuse from Suko. Tonight, he's charged with murdering her and her 11-year-old daughter, Ariel.
Connie Jackson's mother, Arteller, says her daughter was bubbly, even on her bad days.
She could make just about anybody laugh.
6 months ago, Connie Jackson and Roland Suko had their first child together, Tristan. They lived together in Stone Mountain with Connie's 11-year-old daughter, Ariel.
I named her. She called me Mima.
Ariel died Friday morning, shot and killed along with her mother. Police charging Suko with 2 counts of malice murder. DeKalb County Police say Suko was also seriously injured by gunfire and is receiving treatment at a local hospital.
The more time that they spent together, it started getting out of hand. Things started getting out of hand.
She says although her daughter never accused him of physical abuse, the verbal and emotional torment caused her to consider leaving several times. Shortly before she was killed, our teller says Connie FaceTimed her.
I knew that she was serious. I knew that she had finally made up her mind to get out, to get away.
She died before she could leave. All the while, baby Tristan was in the home when police say his father shot and killed his mother. Now, he is safely in his grandmother's care. Now, Roland Suko, facing 2 murder charges, will be taken to the DeKalb County Jail once he is cleared by doctors. Live in DeKalb County, Justin Berger, Atlanta News First.
Yep. Those are the dudes out there. They are super angry. They own your ass, man. I'm a high value man, nigga. What's up with you? I bought you this purse. I bought you this. I bought you. And those are the men a lot of women need out there. And they want those men. Aggressive, loud, financially responsible, mumbling, gang, talking, gang, son. They think they can fix them. Well, I can fix him. And this is what fixing does. Rape, rob, murder, and this.
Criminal history involving the man accused of killing this woman, Frazier Baker. She's the Charlotte mother, had been missing for a week when her body was found in a car in West Charlotte on Thursday. Lorenzo Inman Jr. is charged with murdering Baker and is being held in the Mecklenburg County Jail tonight.
Okay, so the same typical dudes. I mean, you look at the guy in the face, you're like, yo, beloved, those things, they speak, okay? When you meet certain people, you go around them or you just take a glimpse at them, they'll tell you what they are. Certain one of them are much more subtle and hard to tell, but a guy like this, yo.
And our Michael Warwick has learned Inman faced a previous attempted murder charge several years ago and was convicted of that. So Michael's live in the newsroom with these new details tonight that he's uncovered about Baker's murder, when it happened, and Inman's prior attempted murder conviction. So Michael, what have you learned?
Inman Jr.'s arrest warrant shows investigators believe he killed Baker on the same day she was supposed to pick up her 2-year-old son from a relative's. Family frantically searched for her until yesterday when police found her body.
This is the mugshot of accused murderer Lorenzo Inman Jr.
So a dude like this, like you see a guy like, okay, let's say this dude is in his 50s. He like 50 years old. I'll put it at 50. He could be in his 40s. This is not the behavior of a macho man, yo. I know Rasta. I was raised around Rasta and dread. Or people, they don't do this thing because it's cool. They don't do it like that and have all those things in their faces and stuff. This is a sign of mental illness. You do know that, right? People that do this type of thing, they're telling you exactly what they don't care about themselves. Why should they care about you? They'll drop your ass like for no reason. We show multiple videos where those people kill people because something tell them to do it so. I heard a voice tell me because they always have something in their blood, in their system. Constantly. And anything that you do, whether you do it right, them if you do, them if you don't. You do it wrong, they're going to come after you. A dude like this, man, look at the guy's eyes and face. And people like, okay, well, you know, they don't listen to men out there. Yes, they do. They listen to those type of men, those pastors, those dudes out there. Only a few of the women and our women listen to people like us. I mean, look at the guy, man. At this point right now, beloved, you should be someone that is able to identify this dude, people like him. If you take a close look at this dude, he looked like a demon wearing a man face. Look at his eyes and look at the eyebrow. Okay, this look like an eyebrow here, the normal eyebrow, if you black the one above his head. And then he got another set of eyebrow above this eyebrow. Or is it a tattoo? What the hell is this? He got two eyebrow. Is it when he did, it's not his forehead thing right here. He got two eyebrow. It felt like some kind of entities that take the face of somebody else and put it in his face. What the hell is these two things? You see how small it's like? It felt like this is when you look at it, this part right here, the dark part, is not his real him. This look like a face of somebody they cut right there. They cut the face and then they paste it upon this, the rest of this. Then you see this dark thing, and then they use some kind of tattoo to cover the stitches and stuff, so you will think that's a real human being. It has two eyebrows. You got this one that is too close, under his eyes, and then got this one that is above. Which one is the real one? I never seen anything like that. Maybe my eyes, well, I'm advancing in age, and my eyes are starting to failing me. Okay? Dude had two eyebrows.
The 38-year-old who an arrest warrant alleges killed Frazier Baker, who he was...
Okay, a regular one, or human being. Look at this beautiful woman right there. She doesn't have two eyebrows. Okay, this is the one in that set. You don't see her on the second set on the top. And a lot of those women don't listen, man. Family members told them. People's like, yo, why are you messing with this dude? He something is not right. Oh yeah, well, I'll fix him, girl. I got this girl. I got that girl. I got that. Don't worry about this or leave me alone. That's my choice. And here's the result, man. Horrible. Beautiful young mother,
was dating. Baker was missing for a week. The case, a mystery, until police discovered her car with her body inside behind a West Charlotte church. Jail records show Inman's criminal history dates back almost 2 decades. In 2019, the Mecklenburg County District Attorney's Office said a jury convicted him of an attempted first-degree murder 2 years.
So, again, our people won't check people's background, man. If you met a dude like that, man, yo, get his name, age, date of birth, pay $20, $50, $100, run a background check, man. Yo, that guy was involved in murder? Nah.
Prior, Inman had followed a man to a Charlotte shopping center and in broad daylight, prosecutors said, confronted him and shot him in the chest before standing over the victim and firing several more rounds. Jail records show Inman received a minimum sentence of 12 years, but only served 2. As recently as October, the DA's office said he pleaded guilty to habitual misdemeanor assault and intimidating a witness. The judge placed Inman on supervised probation in lieu of a prison sentence. In the case of Frazier Baker, CMPD picked Inman up Friday, almost 2 hours away in Robeson County. After an interview at CMPD headquarters, police charged him with murder.
Inman also faces charges of assault on a female and domestic violence. He'll be in court Monday on this case. It is...
Again, those dudes are very successful out there with women. All right, this is the type of dude that will go around and women will call them and say, hey, if you don't have a place to stay, you can stay here. I have my daughter here and I have my kids, watch them over for me. I'm going to go to work and provide for you and stuff like that. Things like that are all over the hood. I've seen it over and over again. And you can tell those women, hish. You can tell them nothing. You can tell them nothing. You just... hey man, this is what you want. This is your choice. Again, I'm not saying this young woman was in relationship with him. Probably she was trying to get away from him, follow her, do this. But great glory, great praise, judgment, and the miss.
Unclear at this point how Baker was killed. Live in the newsroom, Michael Warwick, WBTV, on your side.
All right, a very, very disturbing case there. Thank you, Michael. And if you or someone you know is involved in an abusive relationship, help is just a phone call away. You can reach out to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The number is here on your screen. It's 1-800-799-7233.
Okay, people hit and run. You know, in 2022, my mother got hit, by a car. Somebody run her over while she was on a bicycle. They never stopped. Almost killed my mother. Almost killed her. All right? So now you have those people, till this day, they never find out who did it. And then there you go. There you go.
Turning to this right now, bond is now set for a woman accused of a deadly hit and run. 36-year-old Laketta English appeared in court for the first time today on charges of felony hit and run resulting in injury or death. And this comes after an October crash in Gastonia. WCNC Charlotte's Autumn Bracey was inside the courtroom and has the latest for us tonight.
Laketta English is accused of hitting and killing a man in October. She was arrested on Monday, and here at the Gaston County Courthouse was her first court appearance today. Her bond was set at $500,000. Investigators say on October 19th, Laketta English was driving when she hit two pedestrians on Garrison Boulevard, killing one of them. The victim has been identified as Cody Cochran. English was taken into custody at her Gastonia home Monday by the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. At her first court appearance Tuesday, the defense argued bond should not be so high as she has a family to take care of.
She is a single mother of 4 children, ages 19, 15, 12, and 2. Her oldest daughter is here in the courtroom today.
Chad Smith told the judge the evidence supports the bond, including the suspect's vehicle was found hidden less than a half-mile from the crash scene.
There were a number of things that...
And here's the thing. A lot of our people always have to get a substance in their system. Whether they're at home, at work, or on the street, walking, doing something, sleeping, it's 24/7. And when they are driving, it's not them driving. 2 people crossing the street or 2 people just minding their own business, they'll just run you over and then keep on driving. And then they will sober up quickly, leave the car, go hide, go to a place, gang, you don't know me, you ain't gonna never find me. Now that you find me, I need to be released. 2 years later, they release and then they kill again.
That took place with her phone, probably most notably shortly after the collision. She booked an appointment with Safelite Auto Glass to replace a front windshield. That had taken place prior to the Gastonia police getting to the car.
Smiths also told the court it was concerning that U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force resources had to be used to locate and arrest her.
There were also, ultimately, the investigation showed a piece of bumper at the scene that when they got the vehicle at the police parking lot, a piece of bumper on scene matched a missing piece of bumper to the underside of the vehicle.
This remains an active investigation. If you have any information, you're encouraged to reach out to the Gastonia Police Department. In Gastonia, Autumn Bracey, WCNC Charlotte.
The hell is going on in North Carolina, man? Okay, 3 charges in murdering a suburban prep basketball player. All right, just this dude name is D-Man. A Demon Smith. You can't make this up. That guy
Charges
named...
filed in the murder of a South Suburban student athlete. Police characterizing this as a, quote, disgusting case of mistaken identity.
WGN Sean Lewis is in South Holland with that story.
Well, good evening. South Holland Police.
Number 9.
Tonight remaining tight-lipped about what led up to these arrests and their investigation, only to confirm that it was a case of mistaken identity that led to this murder in August, and now 3 people are charged with the crime.
I want to thank the community of South Holland.
Tonight, the grateful mother of DeVell Holden, the 16-year-old who was shot and killed in what police say was a case of mistaken identity.
So you got your handsome son being 16, behave, go to school, playing basketball, trying to get a life, trying to do a life. And then he, some goddamn 2/3 out of their freaking mind, high on this substance. They don't know what's going on. Things are whispering in their ears. They are psychotic. They see your son, a little angel, walking around, doing his thing, minding his own damn business, and then they drop him. And next thing you know, we need to say something for those guys and stuff. You know, he didn't do anything, man. He free my nigga, man. He didn't do anything. It was a mistake. That wasn't the guy. That wasn't the guy, you know. He didn't kill him. And killed this young boy, 16.
Been killed in what police say was a case of mistaken identity.
This is a morning of mixed emotions. Thankful for the arrests that have been made.
Holden was killed on August 2nd near 160th and Drexel in South Holland while he visited his girlfriend and waited outside for a food delivery. Police say that the suspects in the case, 21-year-old Javon Moore, 20-year-old Damon Smith, and a 16-year-old, all from nearby Phoenix, Illinois, were targeting someone else who they believed had stolen a gun. Investigators believe that Holden was mistaken for that person and was killed because he resembled them. Holden was about to start his junior year at
Torwood, 21. This dude name is Damon Smith, a demon. Demon kill your angel son. And then people will look at those dudes like, okay, well, you know, it's not their fault, you know, things like that, you know, this stuff. Nah, man, those dudes are always on some kind of substance, and they believe whatever they believe is becoming a fact. If they believe your son is the guy that they were looking for, is the guy they need to murder and kill, they will murder it and they will kill it. You kind of look like the guy that I'm looking for, and you are the guy that I'm looking for, and I'm going to kill you. Gang, they go, what's up? Demon. Kill the poor boy because he looked like it's somebody. And here's the thing. You would have thought that the guy that they are looking for is a friend of theirs or somebody of theirs or strangers or things. Most likely that dude they're trying to get, he didn't even do anything. Because this is how those dudes think. Always on some substance, man. They are psychotic. They hear voices. They are mumbling, walking around. Whether you stay away from them, you get close to them, it's a danger, son. Those dudes don't play that. And then they go out there, they kill this small boy. For what? Because you look like the guy that I have beef with. Therefore, you are him. Or you are mocking me. You dress like him and then present yourself like him and mocking me. And here you go.
Or 20-year-old Damon Smith and a 16-year-old, all from nearby Phoenix, Illinois, were targeting someone else who they believed had stolen a gun. Investigators believe that Holden was mistaken for that person and was killed because he resembled them. Holden was about to start his junior year at Thornwood High School, where he was a standout basketball player and an honor student.
He was a great individual. He was a resident of our group.
He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. He just came outside waiting for his food. Them niggas saw him and they dropped him. And then people like say, oh, those are people. Those 2/3 going to come in the kingdom too. You know, when we are ruling, they're gonna be there, you know, chill with us and then, you know, walk around with our sons and stuff.
So when this crime took place, it hit home for everyone.
Moore is charged with first-degree murder and is believed to be the person who fired the fatal shots. Smith and the juvenile suspect are charged with felony murder. Court records allege that the three used a stolen Nissan Maxima to carry out the crime and then abandoned it in South Suburban Harvey after the shooting. And
here's the stuff. Those dudes will steal things and then they will do stuff and they will add more and more. They don't care. You look like that. You are that guy. Come on, man.
That Moore asked a person to burn his clothes. Police are crediting the work of the South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force for the arrest that happened on Friday in this community that counts only 2 murders this year.
We will work hard. We will continue. This is still an active investigation. It is still an open case. We are in communication with the state's attorney's office. We are doing everything possible to assure that we provide the greatest relief to this family.
I still believe in our faith and future and family in this community.
Smith and Moore were denied pretrial release during a court hearing yesterday. They are scheduled to be back in court for a status hearing tomorrow.
For the life of me, I never get the 2/3. Like, yo, we're going to get this nigga, man, because this is still the 1980s, 1990s. There's no camera in the street. We're going to steal a car, and then we're going to get a gun. We're going to shoot and kill this nigga because we gangster, man. And we will live ever, we'll ever happily ever after. We're nothing going to happen to us. We're going to be gangster. We're going to have so much money, and them niggas going to respect us because this is the street, son. This is the street. We're going to do this ish. None of them say, whoa, hang on, man. Yo, what is it, man? Are we sure he's the guy that stole the gun? And if he steal the gun, man, why we need to kill him? Why can't we just go ahead and wait when he's somewhere and then grab him and search him? If he has the gun, take the gun back and go. And if he stole the gun, so when we killed him, and then what? Well, I watched this movie where, the guy burned his car, he's burned his clothes, and then the cops never find him, son. Gang, they go, son, gangster, son, gangster. Let's do this, bro. Let's do this. Yo, what if we're going to steal a car, we're going to shoot this guy and murder him because of a gun. And then what? We're going to flee, and then they're not going to find, what about those cameras, man? I told you, man, my nigga G, he did this before. He was telling the story, man. We were passing the spliff. He told the story, man, and stuff like that. So you believe this guy did this? Or I did it before. When? I know I did it. I can't remember, but I did it before. And then this happened. None of them have the common sense to sit there and say, you know what, man? This is not worth it, man. If anything happened, we get caught, man, get life in prison, 20, 40, 30 years, man. Even a couple of years when it's like, nah, they don't think like that. So, yeah.
Actor Peter Green has been found dead in his apartment in Lower Manhattan.
Found dead.
I want to know where my money is, and I want to know right now.
Green appeared in The Mask opposite Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz. He was also in Pulp Fiction. His manager confirmed the death but did not give a cause. Police say they do not suspect foul play. Green lived
all right, so they don't say anything. They just find this dude dead.
His body
Great
was
actor.
found around 3
just
yesterday
dead.
afternoon.
They just found him.
Peter Green was 60.
He was 60 years old. They found him dead. All right. Before die. Father seeks answer after girl beaten to death in home. God damn, man. So much going on out there, man. Woo.
We begin with breaking news. A former sports reporter and anchor was found dead in a home in Hoover this morning.
Found dead. They keep found, and those are not things that come out 2 weeks, 10 years. No, December 16th, found dead. Keep found dead. Murder, suicide. UAB track coach honors killing over murder, suicide. Is that what that is? Is it that woman? We will see after this. Okay.
Good evening. I'm Sherry Jackson.
And I'm Carly Lane. Christina Chambers was one of the 2 victims found dead from gunshot wounds in a home. CBS 42's Maddie McQueen joins us now live in our newsroom with details on this investigation. Maddie.
Carly, Hoover police are saying it was a murder-suicide. Police say a family member found a husband and wife dead from gunshot wounds and called police around 9 o'clock this morning. According to Hoover police, a 3-year-old was home at the time but was not hurt. It was an emotional scene on Highland Manor Court as neighbors and family mourned the couple. Though many were too upset and wished not to be on camera, some neighbors tell me Christina Chambers was a, quote, delightful and beautiful person. Christina Chambers had a long history with sports in Alabama. According to UAB, Chambers was a Coleman native who won a state championship in 300-meter hurdles in 2006 and held 5 school records. Chambers was a track and field athlete at UAB, graduating in 2009 with a degree in mass communication. After college, Chambers continued pursuing sports in the broadcast world, working with news stations from Columbus, Georgia, to Montgomery, to Birmingham with WBRC TV. When she left WBRC, Chambers covered the Alabama High School Athletic Association football championships with Alabama Public Television.
She had an understanding about sports that not everybody that covers it has. Hers weren't just opinions. She knew the sacrifice that it took And beyond that, she just did her job with not only with great passion, but with real joy.
Behind the television screen, Chambers taught broadcast journalism to students at Thompson High School. Principal Wesley Hester sent a letter to parents and students saying in part, quote, "We are deeply saddened by the passing of our former employee, Christina Chambers. Many of you worked with Christina in many capacities, whether it be TV and film classes, THS TV, or Warrior Nation Network." Chambers currently worked with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama. Corporate Communications Director Sophie Martin released a statement reading in part, quote, "Christina was a cherished colleague whose warmth and loving personality touched everyone she worked with. Christina was a source of joy and inspiration to our team and company. She will be greatly missed." Beyond being a passionate sports personality in the state, Chambers is being remembered as a devoted mother.
My last conversation with her was 2 weeks ago on the sidelines of Protective Stadium about her young child and how much she loved and enjoyed him and couldn't wait to get home and see him. You could tell that she had taken to motherhood. She lit up when she saw her child.
Oh boy.
And we were standing on the sidelines shivering, but I got the impression talking about her child warmed her from the inside.
Hoover police are still investigating the circumstances into what happened this morning. Reporting live in the newsroom, Maddie McQueen, CBS 42 News.
They just found those people dead. What the hell happened? Well, they just found dead. Boy, how long we are into this thing. Good grief. It's been a while we haven't done a 3 hours thing.
We're following new developments in Hoover as people remember the life of Christina Chambers.
Chambers was a former WVTM 13 intern.
Okay, that was a suicide. Oh, murder-suicide. Somebody killed her. Damn. 9 hours ago. Murder-suicide. Woo!
Went on to become a local sports reporter. Now, Hoover police say that she died in a murder-suicide Tuesday morning. Since then, tributes from her former friends, colleagues, and co-workers have honored her life.
Those tributes include one from her alma mater, UAB. WVTM 13's Aaron Llewellyn was there for a special moment of silence in her honor, and many people there taking this loss hard. Aaron.
Yeah, I got Carl after talking to people at tonight's men's basketball game here at UAB. It became clear that everyone who knew Christina Chambers loved her, and while people are still processing her death, her coach here during her time at UAB made it a point to come to tonight's game to pay his respects to not just somebody that he called an athlete, but someone who he called a friend.
In memory of Christina Chambers.
As Bartow Arena fell silent, Christina Chambers' light shined brighter.
So she was 38, 39. She got killed. I don't know. Husband, boyfriend, shot, murdered. Damn.
Chambers' alma mater, UAB, fell silent during a men's basketball game between the Blazers and the Cleveland State Vikings for a moment of silence to honor her.
You don't think anything like that is horrific, is real anyway, and then for it to be to someone that you know well and care about, it makes it even harder.
Kurt Thomas coached Chambers while she was a member of the track and field team and studied journalism at UAB.
You enjoyed getting to know her as a student athlete, but then she made it very easy to stay connected with her and continue to work with her whenever she'd come back and try to cover our team.
After knowing Chambers for more than 17 years, Thomas hopes she's remembered for her big personality.
She was feisty and passionate, and that's just kind of how she did everything. And she had a great energy and was always positive and fun to be around. And that's just who she was all the time.
Always being what he calls unapologetically Christina.
When it came to running, when it came to being a media person, when it came to being a mother, we all could probably be a little bit more like her.
Thomas says he doesn't remember what his last conversation with Chambers was, but he'll always remember the impact she had on others.
It's kind of impressive how many people she reached in a positive way, and that's really impressive now that we have to take time to kind of
okay, who killed her? Or did she kill someone? Or this is very confusing.
Reflect on her life.
Now Thomas says that Chambers' love for the UAB track team never faded. He said that anytime that she came back to campus and covered a track meet or checked in at the office, he said that he could always expect a text from her afterwards to ask her if she could have the latest UAB track team swag. And he said that she would wear that while she was running. Live here in Birmingham, Aaron Llewellyn, WBTM 13.
Judgment is in the midst. There's nothing you can say. Dominic Conley caught hiding in an abandoned house in woods. Oh boy. And a lot of going on, beloved. Great glory to the mighty one. Judgment is in the midst.
Downtown West Palm Beach, where a mother of 5 was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend.
And that man is now behind bars, but the lifelong toll on that woman's family is only just beginning. Local 10's Caroline Cole is in our newsroom now with the details on this case. Caroline.
Tragic story. According to the West Palm Beach police, Vivienne Otero was in her car Saturday when she was suddenly shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend. And just like that, her 5 children without a mom. And Jamie Otero lost his only sister.
She always had my back. Even if I was wrong, she always had my back. She'd tell me I was wrong later, but she always had my back.
Jamie Otero says Vivienne Otero may have been his baby sister, but the two always watched out for each other. He calls her his best friend, and he always knew nothing was more important to her than her 5 children, ages 7 to 16.
She would literally catch a grenade for her kids. She just was really adamant about making sure her kids were raised the proper way.
Sunday night, Vivienne was in a car with her ex-boyfriend, Dimitri Reynolds, at the corner of Clematis Street and Sapodella Avenue in West Palm Beach. According to the police report, the two had just ended a 9-year on-again, off-again relationship. Dimitri had called her the day before, threatening to shoot everyone. It's not clear why Vivienne was in a car with him, but police say Dimitri shot her, he says by accident. Police knocked on Jamie's door at 2 a.m. to tell him his sister was gone.
Trying to get the arrangements done. I'm trying to just stay focused on trying to make sure the kids are good and everything's going well with them.
And that's become Jamie's focus now, the kids. They've moved in with him and he plans to care for them.
That's my sister's kids. That's what she wanted. I'm going to carry that out. I can't turn my back. Those are kids.
He says he'll do whatever he can for them, whatever he can to make Vivienne proud.
She was like my angel.
And she died, on and off, not on and off and on, 9 years. And then this dude snaps, I shot her by accident, things like that. Argument happened, people, they out of their freaking mind. Things are whispering in their ear. And then, like I told people, hey, she's real out there. If you can get a Michael Pentacle, or you have a family member that dating or be with one of those violent dudes, give them a Michael Pentacle. Could help. Hish like that happen all the time. I mean, we see this thing. People they get jealous. You're doing something with your life and they ain't doing nothing with theirs. Come out, take you out, son. What's up with you?
She's a great person, a great mom.
The brother's in grief.
I miss her. And her kids miss her.
Jamie believes he's going to need help to care for Vivienne.
Twin brothers were arrested in Orlando in connection with a murder. Maurice Stubbs is accused of shooting a man during an argument, and his brother Marquise is accused of bashing another man in the mouth with a gun.
Both are now in the Orange County Jail, and that's...
It is the dudes. Any little argument, it gotta involve guns, man. We got guns, so we can go out there and shoot niggas because, you're talking about me. I heard what you said about me. And I heard what you said about my homies, or what you said about my niggas, my group and stuff, argument and stuff. Hey, what's up? Hey, gang. For no reason. No reason.
That's where West 2's Michelle Meredith is live right now. Michelle, what do we know about this case?
Well, according to investigators, it started when the twins got into an argument with 2 men who lived in the same apartment complex, and it ended seemingly when one twin turned against the other.
For aggravated battery.
It's not very often identical twins are arrested in connection with a murder.
Suicide warrant charges second-degree murder with a firearm.
But such is the case with twin brothers Maurice and Marquise Stubbs. Investigators say it started at the Beverly and Lakeside Apartments in Orlando off the Orange Blossom Trail. Two men who were roommates came home and found their apartment ransacked, and the twins were their neighbors. One of the roommates, Vincent Sinclair, could be heard saying, "Did you break into my crib?" Allegedly, Maurice had a gun. Sinclair told him to put it down and fight him. Instead, say investigators, Maurice shot Sinclair. He died at the hospital. Meanwhile, according to the arrest affidavit, his twin brother Marquise was busy fighting, scuffling with the other roommate, and allegedly used his gun to hit the man in the face so hard he knocked out the gold dental jewelry from the bottom of his teeth and out of his mouth. Deputies say the twins took off and were found in different places. And in an ironic twist, Marquise identified his own twin brother as the shooter. Both yo,
I'm pinning this on your ass, man, but you look like me. What you did it? No, you did it.
Ended in the Orange County Jail. Maurice facing the more serious charge of second-degree murder.
I'll set the bond at $7,500.
And his twin brother dealing with the lesser charge of aggravated battery. Marquise has an opportunity to bond out of jail, a privilege his twin brother does not.
And here's the thing. You got two dudes, two brothers, two look alike, and you guys don't walk in your anger. You don't... know one thing, you black people will accusing you of doing things that was similar to what they said black folk are doing. Did you break in my apartment? No, man, didn't break in your apartment, dog. Why would I do this? And guys like, you know, hey man, I know you breaking in my apartment and stuff like that. Say, you know what, man, just call the police, man, make a report. I didn't break into your apartment. Or you either leave or you get inside your house, you close the door, man. You ain't got time to argue with people. But those dudes got guns. You know, I'm going to shoot you because, you know, coming over there and trying to argue with me. And then you know what we're going to do after we shoot and kill you? We're going to flee, man. You know, we're going to hide in different places and cool off. And after that, you know, once the movie is over, we're going to go ahead and get our Oscar, you know, because that's how those dudes think.
We're going to turn now to Los Angeles and the murders of director and actor Rob Reiner, his wife Michelle. Their son, Nick Reiner, made his first court appearance since being arrested for the killings. He was dressed in a suicide prevention smock. You can see that in the artist rendering there. The 32-year-old did not enter a plea, and his arraignment was postponed until the new year. Adam Yamaguchi joins me now from Los Angeles. Adam, catch us up on what happened today.
Good afternoon, Major. Yeah, it was a very short briefing. We heard from Nick Reiner once when he agreed to waive his right to a speedy arraignment. Now, that arraignment is now scheduled for January 7th. Now, my colleague Jonathan Vigliotti was inside the courtroom and reports that Nick Reiner was seated in an area behind plexiglass in an area known as the box. And it was a little hard to make him out, but from what he could see...
Well, here's the thing. You see those dudes... You see those dudes, I mean, look at their eyes, the fake smile, the fake, hey, you gonna take a picture? Let's do this together. Those guys are murdering their own parents out there because they're like, yo, you screwed us. You royally f***ed us. And we're done. It was, well, it's the brain disease, the mental illness, and he has this, he has that. No, we didn't have nothing. That's how those guys are. They are violent. They'll kill their own mothers. They'll kill their own fathers. They'll kill strangers in university. They'll kill children, women. They'll kill themselves. They don't care. It's not mental illness. That's what they are. They're angry at the world. I'm angry at the world. Therefore, I'm going to kill my dad. I'm going to kill my mom. Because this is part of the curse.
You saw that Nick Reiner sat calmly, stoically, and was wearing, as you pointed out, that suicide prevention smock. Now, we are expecting to hear, or we're waiting the charging documents to be filed, and when that is released, we'll have a better sense of the contours of this case.
There's a statement released today, Adam, from Jake and Rami Reiner. I want to read it to the audience. We now ask for respect and privacy, for speculation to be tempered with compassion and humanity, and for our parents to be remembered.
There you go. Now people want privacy. And so, yo, man, your brother was a monster. He killed his own father and mother. For what? I don't know. For what? No reason at all. He just wanted to kill someone, and the father and the mother was just happened to be there, and he killed them. People always thinking like, oh my God, this is so horrible and things like that. No, that's what those people do. That's what they do. They kill people. For no effing reason. They'll just murder you. So be careful out there.
Remembered for the incredible lives they lived and the love they gave. That is reference indirectly, Adam, to the tremendous public interest, speculatory environment around this, a speculative environment around it, and lots of social media chatter, obviously some of which intruding on what this family is trying to come to grips with.
Absolutely. And I don't think any of us can begin to understand or approximate the pain that the family is going through. And you're right, there is a lot of rampant speculation out there. We are trying our best to parse the fact from the fiction, but we are getting something of a glimpse of a timeline, starting with Saturday night, that party that was attended by Nick and Rob, in which party attendees reported a heated argument. We also know, according to the DA, that they believe that the murders were allegedly committed sometime in the early morning of Sunday. And we also know later on that afternoon, around 3:40, the bodies of the couple were found. The medical examiner just issued a report saying that the cause of death for both, let me get the correct verbiage here, is multiple sharp force injuries. And then, of course, later that night, Nick Reiner was seen on videotape at a convenience store, and then shortly after 9 p.m., he was arrested.
With all the details carefully explained, Adam Yamaguchi, as always, thank you very, very much.
Monsters. 13-year-old faces 11 felonies. You know? Those are those violent dudes they keep releasing back into society, destroying our people.
Out a public safety alert about a 13-year-old boy who they say has committed almost a dozen felonies.
The sheriff says this teen has been in and out of the juvenile justice system, but unfortunately there's not much they can do to keep him behind bars.
CBS 12 News reporter Al Peffley joining us live tonight over at the Martin County Sheriff's Office in Stuart with the details. Al?
Jim, at age 13, a lot of boys that age would be involved in sports or video games or maybe social media. But the sheriff says here's a boy that age who appears to be involved in criminal activity.
We've had a one-man crime spree that's happened down in the South Stuart area.
The sheriff says that one-man crime spree is the work of 13-year-old Jesus Gaspar Rojas of Stuart. Over a period of several days, the sheriff says Rojas committed 11 felonies, including grand theft auto, burglary, possession of burglary tools, and criminal mischief. And that includes 3 attempts to steal cars.
He got into the cars, they were unlocked, and began trying to punch the steering wheel, but was unsuccessful in getting those cars to crank up. He just didn't know what he was doing.
And here's the thing. People are like, oh, well, you have to understand, he's a 13-year-old boy, though he has a mustache. He doesn't know what he's doing, okay? His brain is not fully developed. He doesn't, he's 13. He's a child. He doesn't know what he's doing, you know? Terrorizing people, breaking into cars, stealing cars. And once he kills someone, well, that was like, you know, the person you got killed, you should have talked to him because he's 13. This is a grown-ass man. They are very well aware what they are doing. They'll murder you just like that. Oh, well, because of the law, we can do this. Oh, that's a stupid law, man. They should have certain clause in there that say, hey, If a 13 or 14, whatever that age at is below 18, you repeatedly do this thing, we will treat you like you are 18 or 21. You are doing this thing out there because you 13, you got 11 felony crime. We'll give you 10 years for each. We'll give you 110 years in prison. And see how you're going to handle this. And others that sit and say, yo, I don't want to handle like this, dude. He like, yo, I'm 13. I got 5 more years to f things up. They can do nothing to me. I know the law. And people like, oh, man, Big Levi, he's just a kid. He don't know what he's doing, man. He's just like, that's what kids do. When I was 13, man, I had like 11. I have like 21 felony, man. I was doing a lot of stuff, you know. Get out of here.
One-man crime spree is the work of 13-year-old Jesus Gaspar Rojas of Stewart. Over a period of several days, the sheriff says Rojas committed 11 felonies, including grand theft auto, burglary, possession of burglary tools, and criminal mischief. And that includes 3 attempts to steal cars.
He got into the cars, they were unlocked, and began trying to punch the steering wheel, but was unsuccessful in getting those cars to crank up. He just didn't know what he was doing.
Rojas also allegedly stole golf carts. The sheriff says Rojas has been in and out of the juvenile justice system several times. We're told his father was in the U.S. illegally and was deported, and he now lives with his mother.
Why can't you keep this young man locked up?
He's a juvenile, and according to DYS, there's a point system that's already in place. I don't know who puts that point system in place, but he just doesn't score high enough at this point. He needs to be locked up. He needs help. He comes from deplorable living conditions.
People who live
bull-hish. Oh, we got this system and stuff like that. I can guarantee you, if that kid was a black kid, he would have been already in the floor or his body cold in the ground. Got a 13-year-old full-grown black man walking around here breaking into people's houses and stuff. We cannot like him, but we can damn shoot him. He had a gun. Oh, well, we got this law, unfortunately. Get out of here, man.
Live in Port Salerno, where deputies say the crimes are happening, say it's almost hard to imagine how a young man could commit so many crimes in such a short time.
He needs to be removed from the house. Something needs to be done because, you know, these kids just can't run the street and take advantage of old people like me.
For me, that sounds very sad and dangerous for the neighborhood, you know.
And the sheriff says clearly this is a young man who needs help. He says hopefully the courts will find a place to help this boy get rehabilitated. He says under the law they can only hold a juvenile for up to 21 days, but some need to be locked up longer. And the sheriff says he feels he should be given the leeway to go to a judge in certain cases to ask that some juveniles be held longer than that. Live in Stewart, Al Peffley, CBS 12 News.
All right, let's keep on moving. Murder of tortured killed Tavares 10-year-old intends to change plea. Former Texas coach used AI for, grooming plan. Detained and at Alligator Alcatraz, popular Palm Beach restaurateur in custody. Oh boy.
A 3.5-minute video that was posted on TikTok and then reposted repeatedly across multiple social media sites documents the altercation between Shireen Afkari and several staff and bystanders at Hazy's restaurant this weekend. In the video, you can see Afkari going behind the bar, holding up her phone to capture her own video and yelling expletives at staff. Michael Marchesi says he and his colleagues were trying to defuse the situation and document it, but the woman wouldn't stop.
She was quite enraged. You know, a lot of people were like, oh.
Michael in the mist!
She was on the verge of leaving. She wasn't. She ended up slapping one of the bussers, I believe.
Here's the moment she slapped her phone out of a staff member's hand. From a different angle, you can see her struggle with him over the phone. And then she seemingly goes at another off-duty employee who drops Afkari to the floor. But it didn't end there. As the video continues, you see Marchesi having to forcibly remove the woman from the restaurant, while others remove the man who was with her. With police on their way, the situation still didn't end. The woman is seen grabbing Marchesi's hair and refuses to let it go.
I needed to give her an incentive to let me go. So I grabbed her phone and yeah, I chucked it across the street, hoping she would run after it.
Instead, Afkari ran after him, and in the video you can see him respond, tripping her. That's when he headed back into the restaurant, trying to get away from the situation. I talked with the manager who was on duty when this all happened. He didn't want to speak on camera, but he did tell me that he's the one who actually cut off the couple because he realized they had already had way too much alcohol before they walked into the restaurant. And he says staff handled things the best they possibly could. They say that's what set Afkari off in the first place. According to San Francisco police, she was arrested and detained for public intoxication. And we've learned she's also been fired. A post pinned to San Francisco-based fitness app Strava's Instagram account reads in part, "We don't condone violence of any kind, and this does not reflect the standards we expect of our team." As for Marchesi, he says he wasn't injured and appreciates people reaching out to him and his colleagues about the incident.
People who work in hospitality go through a lot. I've been spat on. I've been slapped at a bar before. Homophobic slurs, been sexualized by guests, and
I thought something was different from this fellow. Yeah! I thought something was off, but it wasn't. It was actually on. I mean, with this thing over there, no, that you don't do it on that side. But anyway,
it just happens, and gotta move on.
I did attempt to contact Afkari for comment, but I was unable to reach her. In San Francisco, Sergio Quintana, NBC Bay Area News.
Shopping after viral video capture rats crawling through Houston area grocery store. 100 plus armed in a fentanyl seized and danger of 1 million, whatever. Damn, there's so much things going on.
And we have breaking news tonight. We have just learned that the man accused of pulling the trigger in a deadly shooting just one day after he was released from jail is here in the country illegally. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Thuman. On your screen right now is 23-year-old Marvin Morales Ortez. Fairfax County police say he shot and killed a man inside a Reston home today. And tonight, our Tom Rousey dug into Ortez's lengthy criminal history and found out this is not the first time he's been accused of murder. He also has new information that we just confirmed with ICE that you are hearing first on 7 News.
ICE is telling us not only was this suspect illegally in the country, they had put a detainer on him that was not honored. In addition, it turns out he's been charged with multiple crimes in the past, including murder, seemingly with no consequences. Police spent a long time investigating at the home where this happened on Wednesday afternoon, and there are a lot of questions about why the crime was ever allowed to happen and why the suspect was free.
This is very shocking, that this happened in a neighborhood that's supposed to be safe.
Brian Del Cid lives very close to the home where the homicide happened. He says what's also shocking is that suspected shooter Marvin Morales Ortez had just been released from jail less than 24 hours before allegedly using this gun to shoot and kill a man.
It is very upsetting that he literally just got out yesterday.
Police remained on the scene investigating Wednesday night. The crime happened inside this home on Fanshell Court in Reston. Until Tuesday, Morales Ortez had been in jail facing charges for allegedly brandishing a gun and assaulting and injuring someone. He was released when the Fairfax County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office decided to drop the case. They told us in a statement, prosecutors were unable to move forward with the case because the victim told police that they were out of the country and would not be coming to court to cooperate in proceedings. Sadly, without the victim's necessary testimony, we could not move forward with the case. But this is not the first time the County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office has chosen not to press charges against Morales Ortez. Court records indicate since 2020, he's been charged with at least 7 crimes, including first-degree murder back in 2021. And every single time but one, prosecutors at some point decided not to move forward. The one time he was found guilty for a theft, he was fined, but records show he never paid it.
And everything the police do to stop criminals is for naught, because they're just
turned back out on the streets.
Sean Kennedy with Virginians for Safe Communities is a frequent critic of Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney Steve Descano.
This is not an outlier. This is the rule of thumb for this office. This individual was likely to commit more crimes. They knew it, and they didn't care.
It appears Fairfax County Police were concerned when Morales-Ortiz was released on Tuesday. They say there was an emergency order to take him back into custody, but unfortunately, they weren't able to find him before the homicide happened here on Wednesday. Reporting in Reston, I'm Tom Rousey, 7 News.
Now, in a statement to 7 News, ICE told us, quote, Fairfax County failed the victim. If Fairfax County would have simply worked to uphold our nation's laws, then this tragedy may have never happened. We reached out to the sheriff's office and the Commonwealth's attorney for reaction. We will let you know when we hear back. This is, however, a hot button issue that we've been covering for months now. Back in April, we reported on ICE accusing Fairfax County of rejecting detainers and releasing violent offenders. That article is on WJLA.com right now. And then in August, Fairfax County Sheriff Stacy Kincaid released a letter on detainers. She said that ICE must get a judicial warrant, even for violent offenders who are in the United States illegally.
Well, if he was black, born here, raised here, be here, the story would have been different. But hey, whatever you say, son.
Everyone wants to know how you get your exercise in because you're so lean.
I do it like ISIS. I usually only do one at a time.
And this dude openly admit he's on cocaine and stuff like that.
I don't even care if anyone calls me a Sally because I'm a snail and I'm never gonna fail. And you know what? You're gonna have to bail me out of jail.
Smoking crack, smoking cocaine, getting high, and he's not going to jail or upload those videos on YouTube. He's not being investigated, doing all the stuff. The law just look away because, the blessing and all that. Some of the stuff he was doing in 2016, 2018, but nonetheless.
Say and spell your first and last name for me.
I ain't gonna tell you my first and last name. Most people know me as Did David.
We're wondering
You know how long this interview is gonna be?
You're gonna say I'm
This is producer Katya of this book. This is one of my favorite reads when I'm sitting by the campfire or like relaxing in Malibu.
And it's all rock and roll based. Sorry, I'm not into this rap thing.
But that hurts my feelings, but like I love rock and roll as well, so I'm glad we can
Okay,
connect on that.
good. See you in Japan.
Yeah. I can't wait for Japan.
Why did you, when you were sitting by the campfire, why did you invite all those young kids to come sit by the fire and have you read to them about it? I mean, I thought that was kind of odd.
That is totally falsified in every way.
Yeah, falsified.
Donald Trump. No, he's my man. He's my man.
Smoking crack, doing jog, and nobody cares. and his sister smoking crack, you know, and nobody care. Nobody calling the police. Nobody saying anything.
Jenny from the cul-de-sac, of course. She has a boyfriend now who's in the military. He's actually dead. She's died in Iraq. She moved to Patagonia. What was it?
Pasadena.
I guess it could have been pretty awkward when PETA approached you about joining their team.
I'm gonna go kill that dog.
And then people still talking about Michael Vick. You know, people like, Michael Vick. You know, this thing destroyed the brother, man. Destroy him. But nonetheless, let's keep on moving, man.
Tonight, the man accused of killing another man in a Houston taco truck is being held without bond. That's because of a new state law meant to keep suspects in violent crimes behind bars pending trial. Amanda Henderson, she was in court today. She joins us now live with how this all played out. Amanda.
Yes, well, everything went down in about 90 minutes, Mia, and this new law that was approved by the voters, it's an amendment to the Texas Constitution allowing judges to deny bail for certain violent offenses, such as murder, which is the exact charge in this case.
What wasn't it always be like that? Did you guys just doing it like this? What is this? Oh, boy.
A Harris County judge dropping the hammer on Angel Adonis Saldivar James, the 24-year-old facing a murder charge, denied bail under a new amendment to the Texas Constitution.
This is the first hearing that we've had in Harris County.
The voter-approved change allows judges to deny bail to those accused of specific violent offenses, such as the charge Saldivar James faces, murder. He's accused of shooting and killing Yadua Barraza Hernandez last week.
People of Texas are sick of turning on their TVs every night and seeing that innocent members of our community have been taken from us.
In the bail hearing, we heard from two detectives, saw surveillance video, and watched clips of the interrogation. Saldivar James is seen laughing, showing a detective where he allegedly carried the murder weapon. His defense team commenting today after the hearing.
Well, obviously I didn't like it very much, but at the same time, we don't know the facts and circumstances surrounding.
Again, those dudes hear voices. They are on substance. Something always telling them to do things. All right, they shoot people in what their jobs or doing stuff and at work, at home, because something tell them, oh, I think like, nigga, you stole my, what's up, Esse? What did you say? Come on, Vatos. They will shoot and kill you because they're out of their mind.
That interview. If you noticed, in front of in public record, you see him with some sort of injuries on his face. We don't know if those impacted him in any way.
Jose Julio Vela Jr. is talking about these marks seen in Saldivar James's mugshot. He argued due to his client's ice hold, he was not a flight risk.
There's an ice hold. He's not going to be going anywhere. He's going to be sitting right here in Harris County Jail until this case is complete.
The state argued otherwise, the judge ultimately siding with them, invoking 11D for the first time.
Our bar is clear and convincing evidence to show that somebody is a threat to the community, and we can show that not just with the history of the defendant, not with just proof of flight in other instances, but also the nature of the allegations themselves.
Whatever. Let's keep on moving. Again, found dead.
And we are
shot
also
dead.
covering another developing story coming in out of Massachusetts, the Boston area here. I want to pop this up on your screen to give you a look at what we're talking about. Now, about 50 miles away.
Oh, crap. That guy was a fusion scientist? Damn. Whoa. Okay, he's an MIT professor shot dead. That's okay then. Oh, fusion professor, scientist. Okay then. All right.
From Brown University in Brookline, Massachusetts, there is this other high-profile homicide investigation that's been launched after an MIT professor was gunned down in his own home, but the shooter still on the run as of this morning. The Norfolk District Attorney's Office confirms Nuno Loureiro, a 47-year-old physicist and fusion scientist, was shot Monday night at his home near Boston. He was taken to a hospital where he died from his injuries. Now, the prosecutor's office says as of last night, there are no suspects in custody, but they have labeled this a quote-unquote homicide investigation that is active. And you can see the photo of the victim right there on your screen. Loureiro joined MIT back in 2016, named last year to lead the school's Plasma Science and Fusion Center, one of the largest labs at the university, with more than 250 people working across about 7 buildings. Loureiro, who was married, grew up in central Portugal and studied in Lisbon before earning his doctorate in London. That's according to information from MIT.
Damn. This dude was a professor. I'm sensing some cowboy stuff going on here, man. I'm sensing this dude, some cowboy thing happen, and then he got jacked. He got jacked, but okay.
IT. Now, the school's saying he was a researcher at an institute for nuclear fission before joining the university. The FBI asked whether this shooting could in any way be connected to the Brown University attack. The agency explaining as of now it knew of no connection between the crimes. A Boston University student who lives near the professor's apartment in Brookline told the Boston Globe that she heard 3 loud noises Monday night and was worried it was gunfire. The U.S. ambassador to Portugal expressing his condolences online, saying,
Portugal was the first place to expel certain people there, but they...
Quote, it's not hyperbole to say MIT is where you go to find solutions to humanity's biggest problems. Fusion energy will change the course of human history, end quote. Again, this is an active homicide investigation. We will keep you updated here as we get additional information from the investigators involved. We do have to step away for a quick break here at 9:15 on the East Coast and 6:15 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow. You're watching Live Now from Fox.
All right, so let's keep on moving. This actress play on a great movie that Sin City that I like, but I'm not gonna go into this. Let's keep on moving. Harris warrant for Brown suspect. They still haven't found that dude. Okay.
Okay, we do want to get over to that breaking news. Police responding to a crash involving a tri-rail train in Opa-locka.
Local 10's Jackie Pascal is live there now with those breaking details. Jackie.
Yeah, we've gotten closer to this car and what remains of it at this hour this morning. I want to show you this car here behind me. You can see where the impact was of that train when it hit it earlier this morning here in Opa-locka. This is the tri-rail train that runs along State Route 9 here where it crosses 22nd Avenue. It's sounding like the driver that was here, they were stuck in traffic here on 22nd trying to cross the tracks when that train started coming. Thankfully, the driver and her passenger, we are told they were able to jump out of their car just in time. You can see them sitting on the side right now. They, of course, do not want to speak. They seem very shaken up here this morning, of course. But we're just thankful no injuries reported here. And the train, sorry about that. We're obviously on a very busy road here in Opa-locka, but the train that I showed you earlier about a half an hour ago, that has since pulled away, so that is some good news here as far as when this road could potentially reopen. But just taking you back now to the car that's still here on scene, doesn't...
All right, the ley line in the Miss and Opa-locka down there in Florida. Crazy. Let's close with this.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Root Raj. We begin with a disturbing case involving prominent Metro Detroit professionals arrested on child pornography charges. They include a Detroit area doctor and attorney who are both in federal court today. Let's get live to Fox News' Charlie Langton in Detroit with the new details. And Charlie, I think you said it in the tease. Some of these details are so sickening, so gross, they're hard to even repeat.
Yeah, in fact, I can't even say some of this stuff on television. I'm holding up 3 of the criminal complaints against 3 very prominent, a doctor, a lawyer, and a psychotherapist, all from the Metro Detroit area. But they got caught up in an FBI sting.
Okay, so those are the dudes you won't see in the typical black podcast talking about pedophile and always put picture of Sean Combs and all that. No, those are the those are the pastors, those high profile doctors and scientists, and that's what they do.
That actually got them arrested in Toledo. And what they found when they raided their houses, 155 images of child porn, including movies and pictures of the most disgusting things that you really can think of. And there may very well be more. Now, 2 of the 3 were in court today, in federal court behind me, for what's called a detention hearing, meaning that the feds thought these people were so bad they should be denied bond. One of them said, okay, I'll stay in jail. The other one said, let's have a hearing. The judge said, no, you're staying in jail. Why? In part because some of the bad stuff that came out, including this. Take a look.
According to the criminal complaint, encrypted phone messages showed 45-year-old Joshua Ronenbaum was an English teacher in Japan who invited 10 and 12-year-olds to get naked with him and play with their, well, you get the message. The FBI seized his phone, which showed 155 images, including a toddler being sexually molested by an adult man, and numerous conversations discussing his sexual interest in children. And then Jeremy Brian Tacom, 51 years old, who lived at the same Palmer Woods address with Ronenbaum. The FBI seized his phone that contained an exchange with an undercover agent, something like this. Wish we could find a kiddo and have our way. Take him to a motel and molest him. F yes, brother. Are you free tomorrow? Any more clips?
6 additional clips were sent showing an adult man sexually assaulting a toddler.
And finally, Lincoln Erickson. Dr. Erickson is a medical doctor who lives in Farmington Hills. The complaint indicates that he's currently on probation for domestic violence for an incident in 2024. His phone indicates he discussed plans to travel to Thailand to sexually abuse children, and the details about his friend, who is a father to a 3-year-old who Erickson allegedly sexually abused,
forcing the 3-year-old to perform a sex act. Now, one of the
this is the nature of those guys. This is their nature, and there's nothing you can do or say about that. Well, this thing is getting too disturbing. I'm just gonna leave it here. Beloved, I leave you with peace. We leave you with love. I say shalom. Hey, no freedom for Edom. All praises to the Most High God Almighty.